Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya, good to see ya, good to see ya. What is up, Sir Roberts? Ring Chase, Stone Rain Productions, Jude, GP, Woo, Dr. Fanny Bag, Zelda Zach, feel better, please. King of Carrot Flowers, Ranger Man. Oh boy, do we have a fun one today. I have two modern lists. We're gonna start with this ridiculous combo deck that it's weird, it's wild, but it might actually be kind of good. I don't know. This is an infamous small Japanese tournament deck. However, hey, what's up, Niachik? How are you? However, this is the deck that actually got top 16 in like a 200 player tournament. So this might be an infamous small Japanese tournament that can actually win a little bit, unlike Snake Tribal. Snake Tribal was so close, but not going there. Hey, what's up, Lesbill Jeans? How are you? Good to see ya. As a backup, if we get to two decks, and I don't know if we get to two decks or not, but if we do, we got some Pox action. I love me some Smallpox in Modern, but this is Smallpox with Edgar. Edgar hasn't really made waves in Modern at all, but this might be the perfect deck for it. Like, Edgar, you can second to Smallpox. It makes tokens that are easy sacrifice fodder. It's a good clock if you can take in, keep your opponent locked out of doing anything by blowing up their lands and doing all those shenanigans. So essentially, Smallpox with Bloodghast and Silver Smoke Ghouls and Edgars and Sorens to get back the Silver Smoke Ghouls. So, a couple of spicy Modern decks for today. That is a plan. Modern deck that never lost to Hogak. Ooh, that sounds sweet. Hey, what's up, Cold Shoulder? How are you? Are we Hearthstone now? Oh my god, that joke! When Arena first came out, people used to joke, we Hearthstone now, and now we literally are Hearthstone. But I don't know, honestly, I don't know if that's a bad thing. Like, oh, this makes me, I feel bad saying this, and then I feel bad that I feel bad saying this, but I'm actually like, really excited to play Alchemy. Like, does that, is that dirty? Is that my unpopular Magic opinion? I'm actually not, I don't know. Like, I'm excited. I'm actually excited for the format. Like, I am not excited about the economic repercussions. I think that was a bad choice. I'm not excited about how it could mess with Historic. I think that's a bad choice. But when I just like look at these wild new cards, and when I think about Standard but without Epiphany being so good or Chariot being so good, that thought actually legitimately excites me. Like, that part of it is actually exciting. Like, Gutmorn is just, it's a weird card. It's got this like Turgid stuff going on, and it seems like I could build a really fun deck around it. And there's several cards from this set. When I see them, I'm like, wow, I really want to build a deck around this. Like, is it going to be good? I don't even know. I want to play the fishing dude, like the tireless angler. Like, I want to build a deck around that because it's funny and it's kind of interesting and we've never seen a card like it. I want to build around the new Gitrog. Like, there's stuff that I'm actually legitimately super excited about, and it makes me feel bad to be excited about it because I know there are things that are like definitely huge negatives about this decision and about these choices. The cash grab aspect, the impact on Historic aspect, there are huge negatives, and I've talked about a lot of those negatives. So, but I don't know, it's still, when it comes down to it, like, there's new Magic cards and I'm excited to build around them. So I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. Dan Wildfire, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. How you doing, Doug? Big super cheer for you. Building commander decks for the family for Christmas presents, so that's actually a sweet idea. So I don't know, we'll probably play some Alchemy at some point and see how it goes, just because I want to try some of these new cards. Like, and I hope that it's fun. I think it actually will be a fun format. Like, honestly, okay, give me your thought just on this. Disregard all the negatives for a minute. Disregard the impact on Historic, which is a negative. Disregard the fact that it's going to cost more, which is a huge negative. Like, disregard that. Do you think that Alchemy will just be more fun than Standard? You're going to sit down and play some Arena. You got Standard, you got Alchemy. Like, I feel like Alchemy would just be more fun. When I think about it, and this was a point that Andrew Cunha brought up yesterday. Araby, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Like, if you think about it, and this is like the biggest argument I think in favor of Alchemy, why would I choose to play Standard with Alrund's Epiphany, 4 out of every 5 matches, it's miserable and Wizards refuses defects, when I could play Standard without Alrund's Epiphany 4 out of 5 matches, because it's powered down a little bit? Like, why would I choose the miserable one that I know is miserable when there's this other format that certainly there's negatives to it, and it's divorced from paper, which is awkward and all this stuff, but at least I'm not playing Alchemy. at least I'm not playing Epiphany every other match. Like, that is, I think that's the upside. So I really wish, I feel like this would have went so much better if Wizards did two things. They need to do two things. Power Dad 5000, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Every time I watch you, my wife, who doesn't play MTG, says, "You're watching my favorite Magic." I will tell her thank you, Power Dad 5000. I think they needed to do two things. One is Wizards needed to be really generous with the launch of this format. Like, go out of their way to be super generous. Give people this whole print run of cards. Seriously, give people 50 packs or something. Like, if you want people to try this, be very, very overly generous. I think they're doing something where it's like, oh, you get 3 packs. Oh, you get an individual card reward or something, which, I mean, kind of the bare minimum. They're doing something, but not much. Like, if they want this to actually succeed, I think they needed to go really generous with giving people rewards. And then I think it just needed to not impact Historic. Like, have it be its own thing. Don't also have it impact Historic, which seems to be one of the biggest issues that a lot of people have. And it's one of the biggest issues I have. I think if Wizards did those two things, this launching would have went a lot better, because they're weird cards and they seem fun and they're going to do different things, and I'm kind of excited just to see what happens. But I don't know, we'll figure that out on Thursday. Today is a modern day. Also, I don't know if you saw the spoiler, but this card is kind of absurd. This one just came out, and this card, if Alchemy is a format people are playing, this card is so insanely good in Werewolves. Raleigh Wanted Cutthroat, 2-mana 2/2 first strike. When it deals combat damage to a player, exile a non-land card at random from their library. Any turn you attack with a wolf or werewolf, you can cast it. The backside, same thing, but with double strike. So you can potentially steal 2 cards a turn. 2/2 first strike, already good. It's in a tribe that could use some more support. It's kind of like Rob Brother Witch. It's kind of like Ragavan or whatever. I think this card's like legitimately, it's like legitimately really, really, really strong. And I think that's going to make Wolves more of a thing, which hopefully is good. Maybe Wolves will actually be competitive. But anyway, we're rambling about Alchemy. We can talk about the good and bad of that as we go along. Today, we're comboing in Modern with this really sweet deck. Hot take, I don't think the Chariot or Epiphany nerf does anything to change the meta. Really doesn't even make the cards worse. I feel like they're both a lot worse. Razor Moonfang, I mean, Historic, I don't know how big of an impact it makes. Chariot wasn't played there. Epiphany definitely gets worse than it was played there. I think, though, in Alchemy, I think it gets a lot worse, right? In Alchemy, not getting the birds when you hardcast Epiphany seems like a really big deal. Like, that would mean the copies wouldn't make birds. And if you cast it from your hand, you can't just top deck it and make the birds. And it costs 1 more mana, so it's always going to be 7 mana to cast. Like, I think those two things really help. But anyway, today, let's do our reminders real quick, and then we'll jump into it. I think one of the interesting questions is, do you still play Paper Standard? That's one of my concerns as well. Like, it does hurt Paper Standard. Replay YouTube, that's where we invite all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, yesterday, we did some blood token burning for budget Magic. Tomorrow, I know some of you were a little concerned about Cultivator Colossus. When Cultivator Colossus won the Against Odds poll, some people were like, oh no, it's seen play in Amulet Titan decks. You're just going to play Amulet Titan. Well, we're certainly not playing Amulet Titan. We have a really all-in, really janky, really cool build of Cultivator Colossus for tomorrow for Against Odds in Modern. So definitely check that out. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them from cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up for free. They're super cool like that. So thank you to Card Kingdom. Otherwise, merch page, pick up some tokens, support the stream, clean out Richard's garage. Donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. And all right, let's talk about this deck so we can jump into some games, and then we talk about Alchemy. We talk about all this stuff as we're going along. We can talk about why I'm wearing this Dolphins this Dolphin shirt. I've given up on the Bills. After a lifetime of Bills fandom last night, done. It's over. Apollo Sun, welcome to the Fishbowl. Good to see you. Good to have you. All right, so this deck, if you've never seen this deck before, which you probably haven't because it's not really a real deck, it's a new deck, an infamous small Japanese tournament deck built around a very old card. We're built around Enduring Renewal. Enduring Renewal, originally from Ice Age, made it into Modern thanks to time spiral, time shifted cards. It is a weird enchantment. 4 mana, play with your hand revealed. If you would draw a card, Instead, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, you gotta mill it, otherwise you get to draw the card. But it has this really powerful ability where whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you bounce it back to your hand. So how does this combo work? So what we're trying to do is, number one, get down Enduring Renewal. Number two, we want a free creature in hand, Stonecoil Serpent or Walking Ballista, which we can tutor up with Ranger Captain VO. So we can tutor up our Enduring Renewal with Idyllic Tutor. So you probably see where this is going. Enduring Renewal, we can just cast a Walking Ballista or Stonecoil Serpent for 0 mana infinite number of times. Infinite enters the battlefield triggers. So the last piece of the puzzle is Altar of the Brood. Altar of the Brood. When a permanent comes into play, we mill our opponent for 1. So what happens is, we get down the Enduring Renewal. We keep casting our Stonecoil again and again and again. It dies, it comes back to our hand again and again and again until we cast it enough times to mill our opponent's deck. Altar of the Brood, we can snag with Urza's Saga. So we have a lot of redundancy for combo pieces. We have essentially 8 copies of Enduring Renewal with the help of Idyllic Tutor. We essentially have 8 copies of Altar of the Brood with the help of Urza's Saga. And then we have like a million copies of our free creatures because Ranger Captain, and we have 8 of them. And that's essentially what the deck's trying to do. Otherwise, we get a bit of removal. Ingenious Smith thanks for our combo pieces, and it grows relatively big. Basilisk Scholar, another tutor target, works really well with Walking Ballista to snipe down anything, and that's essentially the plan of the deck. That is the goal of the deck. Mill them out with Enduring Renewal. Otherwise, we can backdoor into the Heliod combo after sideboarding. We got some Emeralds to beat Mill, Artifact hate, we have some Graveyard hate, we got some counter hate, and that's essentially the deck. So I think this deck is really sweet. I love Ingenious Smith. I already love this deck, even without seeing it in action. I have not got to play the deck at all. This is my first games with the deck, so we'll see. I mean, I think we played... Does anyone remember? I haven't been able to think of the name of this today. What was the original, like, 20 years ago Enduring Renewal combo deck called? Wasn't there a name for that combo? There was not like Enduring Renewal. There was actually like some weird Fruity Pebbles, thank you! Yeah, we played a Fruity Pebbles deck for Budget Magic a long time ago. It was pretty janky, but how much did the deck cost you? So I use loan programs on Magic Online. I don't think it's super expensive though, honestly. The deck is... Yeah, we need more cereal babes. $500 in paper. The main deck isn't that expensive. Expensive cards, Urza Saga, still pretty expensive. And then like the one Emerald's almost $50. The 2 defense grids are almost $50. So you could definitely build an even cheaper version. Although I do think Urza Saga is kind of essential to the deck working. All right, what does this hand give us? 1 land. And that's about it. So we have 1 land. No redraws, no Enduring Renewal. All right. Ooh, this hand seems good. Yeah, we'll keep this. So we still need to find our Enduring Renewal, but otherwise, we're going to have the full combo ready to go. Misty Raid Forest. Ew. Blue mana is a little bit scary. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention. Oh, do we even run out Altar of the Brood? Probably not. Altar of the Brood is weird because incidentally milling your opponent is kind of a negative in a lot of matchups. Oh, if you already got the playset of Saga, you can put this together pretty cheap. Well, no, 134 for a playset, so it's like, what, 30 something a copy? About it. Oh, are they cascading? So it might be the Rhino deck. Well. Let's just... run out of Walking Ballista. And so where are we at, chat? Like, honestly, we've talked about this a bunch of times, and if you're sick of talking about it, we don't have to talk about it, but I'm trying to figure out, like, so let's say Alchemy releases on Thursday. I've got 100,000 points on you. Oh, Ranger Man. All right. I'm on top of it for you. I got you. So Alchemy's coming out on Thursday. Let's say we build a janky Alchemy deck and play it for Thursday's stream. Do you dislike the format to such an extent you're just like not going to show up? Is that where we're at? I'm still, that's the part I've tried to figure out. Like, should I just not do anything with this format because people are so riled up about it? Is it one of those things where where like, remember when Arena came out and we started doing some Arena videos mixed in with the Moto videos, and everyone got really upset about Arena videos? And then it kind of like calmed down eventually. Is it one of those things? I don't know. Not on stream or YouTube. Ooh, I only watch when it's modern. Well, if you only watch when it's modern, that makes sense. But that's not really a vote against Alchemy as much as a vote for modern by the sounds. All right, so opponent furies away our board. And Shardless Agent and a bunch of Rhinos and Puke. Oh, we need a chalice. We need a chalice. Opponent. Oh, okay. Well, Urza Saga. Ranger Captain of Eos. Tutor up a Walking Ballista. Pass the turn. Can we stop the Rhinos? Oh, I don't know if we can. I mean, I love Modern too. Modern is still my favorite format. There's a lot of Modern coming up on streams on the YouTube. Well, all right. Kill that. Okay, dead god. We take a few million down to 12. Land Basilisk Scholar. Oh no. Oh, we really need to hit lands. We even have 25 lands in this deck. We just have not drawn them. This is just such a ridiculously fast clock. So we make a... I guess we just gotta make a Karnstruct? Does that even work? We make a Karnstruct. I mean, I think that's our best bet. Karnstruct. Hope we draw a land. Oh, if we drew lands, this would have went so much easier. Yeah, the problem is we're going to lose Urza Saga. So even if we draw Enduring Renewal, we can't actually combo. Oh, they got more Rhinos? Oh, then we're dead. All right, sure. Well, there's a reason Rhinos are pretty good. I think it shows that I Love Modern is the only format I submit lists for. That is also true. Cascade is an awful mechanic. Is it? Is Cascade an awful mechanic? I mean, maybe. I think that's an interesting question. I like some Cascade stuff. I feel like maybe there shouldn't be 3-mana Cascade. Maybe I should have started like 4 mana. I think the problem with Cascade isn't Cascade. I think Cascade, when used fairly... Oh, did I miss your sub? Oh, my apologies. Not fully confident for the 5th month. Hey, Seth. Is tomorrow a holiday in the US, or is that a Italy only thing? Gonna go watch Mulholland Drive. Have a great stream. What is the holiday tomorrow? It's not a holiday in the US that I'm aware of. What is the holiday in Italy? Welcome to the Fishbowl, and also Arum Fingo. Welcome you to the Fishbowl as well. Big soup for you. Thank you. All right. So how do we fight against Cascade? No. Ugh. We don't actually have any Cascade hate, unfortunately. Runed Halo, naming Crashing Footfalls, I guess, is kind of a thing. Portable hole. Oh, this seems bad. This seems like bad news. Well, I think we just got a combo. I think that's the bottom line. We just have to combo. Ratchet Bomb can be good. I guess Portable Hole's not very good. Maybe we bring in the Heliod. And then on Thin Ice? Yeah, let's try something like that. I mean, Cascade. Hey, what's up, Birdie Jad says? It's been good. Like Cascade, the problem is the decks that can manipulate it. Like, I think that's the issue. I think Cascade as, like, I cast this and get a random card. I think that's fine. I think that's actually kind of fun. Like, Bloodbraid Elf in Jund. Cast a Bloodbraid Elf, and you're, like, spinning the wheel. It's a lot of value, and Bloodbraid's a very good card. But I think that's perfectly fine. Goldie, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. No, Runed Halo. Yeah, I guess that's, Well, let's not talk about that. At least we drew our Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, I think you're right. You can't actually name tokens with Rune Halo. I don't know why I was thinking it worked like a Nevermore or something, but well, that does make it a little worse. Snow-covered plains go. So if you're just playing it fairly, I think the problem is the decks like Living End, the decks like Rhinos, even Restore Balance, which I like. The problem with those is you can manipulate it so you know what you're hitting every time, which actually, like, I think takes away from what Cascade is supposed to do. Like, I think Cascade it's supposed to be random. It's supposed to make this random, like, what's going to come off the top of my deck type of moment. Oh, So we don't have our Enduring Renewal. We have a free, I guess we take Altar of the Brood. Like, if we can find Enduring Renewal, we can't just combo off. When Wizards prints directly into a format, they mess it up. That's a lesson of Modern Horizons. Cascade is a victim of that. I mean, Cascade has always kind of done this. It just does it a lot more. Stream mode. It just does it a lot more thanks to Modern Horizons. Dirty Datcha is handing out the gift subs to Cairo, Krugain, Balana, Naja, and Average Fox. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank ya. Well, play the land. Play a... Ooh, very painful Stone Coil Serpent. Here we come, here we come. Oh. So the problem with Enduring Renewal combo is you actually got to draw Enduring Renewal. If we don't draw Enduring Renewal, then our deck doesn't actually do much of anything. Wasn't the flavor of the original Cascade supposed to represent Alara being smashed together? Yeah, I think so. I'm not super up on my Alara lore, but I think so. Can you do an against odds with Thopter Stored? I want to know if it's still good in Modern. Ooh, that could be a good Much Brew deck. Yeah, Emerald's just to bring it against the Mill deck. It's a single sideboard slot dedicated to beating Mill, essentially. Opponent gonna crack the Misty. Whoa. I mean, so we're 2 turns away from winning if we draw Enduring Renewal. If we don't draw Enduring Renewal, then we're a long way away from winning. Unfortunately, our Ratchet Bomb also kills our Stone Coil. It fires away our Smith. Well, we'll pass the turn. Cascade is fine when it's fringe. The problem is first with Tibalt's Trickery, now MH2. It's more prevalent, so people hate it. Yeah, I mean, I think that is also true. It's when a lot of tier decks are just Cascade into a free spell, I think that makes the format a lot worse. It's not a very fun play pattern. It's basically like, do you have a hate card or do you die? Which is actually like my argument for unbanning Hypergenesis. Like, I kind of feel like you can just unban Hypergenesis because there's so many decks that are similar. Like, like, if you're dying on turn 3 to a Cascade spell either way, what does it matter if that Cascade spell is Living End or Restore Balance or whatever? Like, it doesn't really make a difference. What's the difference between Much Brew and Against Odds? So the biggest difference is Much Brew is other people's brews for the most part. It's our infamous small Japanese tournament decks, viewer decks sometimes. It's not decks that I build myself for the most part, although on occasion they are. And then Against the Odds is we put up a poll, people vote, and then I build around whatever the winning card is. Opponent. I mean, I do love me Restore Balance. I do love playing Restore Balance. About it. Yesterday's Bloodburn budget Magic, super fun. I'm thinking about building it. Any suggestions to fight against the turn 3 prime time? I wish Amula got. Amula's gotten a lot more consistent thanks to Urza Saga. I don't think it's, I mean, I don't know. Modern is not in a bad place right now. I don't think it's impossible that Primeval Titan could get targeted with a banning eventually. I'm on it. Speaking of free spells, we could have pinged for one, but we F6'd. Well, the Rhinos are a-coming. Darksteel. Okay. Darksteel Citadel Milieu. So we can't play this. There's not really any point in playing this. If this gets countered, we're super sad. Well, I think we gotta go for it. Ratchet Bomb. Please, no force negations. Okay, Milieu. All right, come on, Enduring Renewal for the win. Or a way to tutor it up. Like, that's all we need. We mill a Cascade spell, which is good. We pass the turn. We got an answer for the Rhinos on the battlefield. Opponent untaps and cracks our Wooded Flails. We know one Rhino's coming this turn. Yeah, we might have to... Well, the thing is it only protects us. So it doesn't keep our creatures from getting wiped. If our opponent actually sticks a Fury and is attacking with it, then it's worth it. But it doesn't actually stop the removal mode, because it doesn't give our stuff protection from it. It just gives us protection from it. Hey, what's up, Nalikilla? How are you? We are fighting some Rhinos, trying to combo off. I wonder if our opponent knows what our deck's doing. No, untap. Enduring Renewal. Dark Steel Citadel. Okay, so... Well, Dark Steel Citadel, Milieu. We're doing it the fair way. One land drop at a time. Pass the turn. Come on. We're one top deck away from winning this game. I love the snake deck you played recently. Uh-oh. What is our opponent doing? Petty Thief the... Okay, sure. That is acceptable. Petty Thief's the Altar of the Brood. Untaps. I love the snake deck you played recently. I agree it could use more Shishiro and some sideboard tweaks. Any plans to revisit it and pray to the magic gods? It's not a curse with you flooding. The deck felt like it could do so much better than it did. We were close. That deck was so close. Yeah, I think that's a deck that I think we'll revisit after Kamigawa comes out. Because I think there's a decent chance we'll get more snakes in Kamigawa. So I feel like waiting till Kamigawa and then revisiting it's probably our best bet. Hey Seth, just letting you know, I play 6 of my LGS with Abs and Reanimate Rhinos. Ooh, awesome! Congratulations! Oh, that deck's so much fun. It's good to see. Ooh, double Altar of the Brood. It's good to see Siege Rhinos back. I actually found Springleaf Drum, well, Altar of the Brood, you. Really gotta hope we can dodge more Rhinos. Altar of the Brood, you. Milieu. On Thin Ice. Get rid of the Brazen... Where's our Enduring Renewal? We have 8 copies of it with the tutor. We just haven't been able to find it. Okay, get rid of the Brazen Borrower. Double Milieu. Springleaf Drum. Double Milieu. We are the jankiest mill deck of all time at the moment. I think they just want to cast a Brazen Borrower, so they figured they might as well, but no, you have an instant speed cast. Okay. Oh no. Oh boy. All right. That's a fast flying beatdown. Opponent gonna go to combat. Hits us down to 4. Oh, what I would give for Enduring Renewal. Opponent passes. Ratchet Bomb. Well, Ruined Halo, please don't counter it. We really need this to resolve. Okay, Brazen Borrower. This does keep us alive temporarily. Milia, as long as it sticks on the battlefield. Ratchet Bob. We just haven't been able to find an Enduring Renewal. We have the full combo set up to go infinite. We just haven't been able to find it. Milia. Pass the turn. About it. No more Brazen Borrowers, please. Jeez. Oh, come on now. Oh, triple Brazen Borrower draw. We just could not find our combo pieces. Can you name tokens with Halo, or the card must be an actual Magic card? Yeah, you cannot name tokens. Tokens are not cards, so you can't actually name them, but that's unlikely. What are the odds they have triple Brazen Borrower? It happens. Eldraine. We can't get away from it. It's rotated out of standard. Still getting Eldraine somehow. Oh, so how was everyone's weekend? Did anyone do anything sweet? So happy that Eldraine powered up Cascade. Everything powers up Cascade. Eldraine, Modern Horizons, like, ah. Oh. Can you name a Black Lotus token? Yeah, I mean, if it's a real card, you can name it, and it would hit token copies of it. So if you named Black Lotus, and your opponent made one with Garth, and then animated it with Oko and tried to attack you, you would be protected. So yes, that does actually work. I took Simic Kicker to a competitive standard store championship this week and got second. That deck's really fun too. That's awesome. That's a really good performance for Simic Kicker. That is a sweet deck. Gonna add a Leer and Lotus Field combo does seem really good. Was that really a keep? I mean, is this Rhinos again? Really? Even more Rhinos? Maybe it was too greedy of a keep. We finally found an enduring. Oh, this is Rhinos again. Oh, is this like Rhino Day on Moto? Opponent. Ices our land. Well, you weren't going to use it anyway. Oh, even more lands. Okay. Past the turn. I was so excited that we actually got our Enduring Renewal. I just kind of snapped it off, but maybe just Enduring Renewal is not actually good enough. I mean, but we do have the Enduring Renewal, which is big. And we have a lot of ways to find our other pieces. There's Altar of the Brood. I'll play the land. Grow the Smith. Now we're a free creature away if our stuff resolves. Alter the Brood. Pass the turn. Come on, we're so close. We're so close. Quirtip, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you, but it cracks it. And right. I wonder why this deck isn't playing Chalice. Maybe no one plays Rhinos in Japan. This is a second match in a row we've played against exactly this deck. Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 12. We untap. Well, I mean, we got to go for it. If our opponent has a counter, we're wrecked, but otherwise, this is the win. 1, 2, 3, 4, Enduring Renewal. Come on, no interaction. Oh, no. About it. Chelsea's pretty bad against Rhinos and run a lot of removal for it. I mean, aren't Chalice and Voidmere the best answers available, though? Like, sure, there's answers for it, but I think they are the best possible way to stop the Rhinos. Oh, boy. Well, apparently Rhinos are good against our deck. Opponent gonna kill that just because. Well, okay. Off the top, new. And dead. Oh, we had it too. No, I mean, we're just dead. We don't have time to. I mean, the Rhinos are such a fast clock. It's like a 2 to 3 turn clock. So there's just not enough time to tutor, and then a turn later, we're dead. We're dead immediately, unfortunately. So go down these portable holes, which are really bad. Go up the ratchet bobs. Oh, I do. Well, I mean, maybe we're just biased because we played Rhinos twice in a row, but I do wish we had more Rhino hate. Upload it. All right, let's. So this hand has a lot of pieces. We can get our free spell, but we don't have the. We don't have the Enduring Renewal. That seems to be the pinch, even with the tutor. Oh, we had it last game too. We really did. Is Defense Grid good here? I mean, I think Defense Grid is good against like hardcore control decks, but the Rhino deck, they pretty much can only play Force of Negation, or else it ruins their Cascade. So I don't know if it's worth it against that, especially Especially since Force Negation feels pretty easy to pay the 2 for. Opponent. Well, there's Alter the Brood. Pass the turn. Yeah. I mean, Ghostly Prison is fine, although they can pay for it. I think that Chalice and Void Mirror are the best ways, outside of, like, straight up Wrathing or something. Well, Alter the Brood. Mill you. Let's just mill all 4. Season Pyromancer. That's not the best mill. Thraben Inspector. Mill you. Let's mill some Rhinos. Let's mill some Rhinos. Get a Clue. Mill you. Springleaf Drum. Mill you. Just kidding. Opponent corrects Misty Raid Forest. Best card versus a token deck is Leyline of Singularity. I've never ever seen a Leyline of Singularity in play. But it does seem good against tokens. I've never seen anyone play it though, like not even once. Huh. Well. I guess we Ranger Captain. Ranger Captain can shut down the Cascade into Rhinos. That might be our best answer, actually. If we wait until they Cascade, then we can sack Ranger Captain and get them. Opponent cracks a Flooded Strand. I feel like Fading Hope doesn't see enough play. You virtually always get to Scry and Eternal formats, or it takes the turn off Titan. Yeah, I think the challenge is there's so much hard removal that a lot of decks just prefer dealing with it permanently. Like when you have Unholy Heat and Fatal Push, Prismatic Ending, Path Exile, Lightning Bolt, like there's so much 1 mana kill a creature that it's a little less appealing to play bounce a creature, but I still think that it has a role, like especially in tempo decks. It is the best unsummon we've ever seen. How do you even build around Leyline of Sanctity though? There isn't really a way to force your opponent to play multiples of something. All right, well, Urza's Saga, Milio. I mean, maybe we can piece together the Unlikely Fair win. I mean, the combo set. We don't even get to add mana. All right, yep. Oh no! This matchup does not feel good. All right, let's Ingenious Smith. Wow, the Saga didn't even trigger enough to do anything. Oh, we get another Altar of the Brood. We have all these free. We're so set up to do what we want to. Opponent. No, come on now. Okay. It is crazy how many, like. So it's really weird, the unintended consequences of Wizards' decision making. Go attacking, hit ya. So a lot of what we're seeing here, like, wouldn't work a couple years ago. I think that's the other thing that's been overlooked with the rise of these Cascade decks. If you remember, little history lesson. The brief moment, the glorious moment of Modern's history where people were playing Brain in the Jar to put Beck Call into play. And you were like, you could tick up to 2, and then you could put Beck Call into play with Brain in the Jar, but you could fuse it, and you'd be able to get both sides of it, and you just kind of win the game. So we got that rules change where the mana value of split cards are their combined mana value rather than their separate mana value. And because of that rule change, which did stop the Brain in the Jar deck, which I guess maybe needed to be stopped at the time, but because of that rules change, all of a sudden, Dead Gone is fair game for Cascade decks. And you have all these other things that are, oh man, you have these weird unintended consequences that go on with those changes. So now there's like a million different free spells that, or a million different split cards that can work in this deck. So you have Fire and Ices, you have Dead Golems, you have all these cards that are able to act like 1 mana removal that you shouldn't be able to play in a Cascade deck, but because of how the rules work now, you are able to play in a Cascade deck, and it really powers up the archetype. The Brain in the Jar deck was sweet. It was a really cool deck. Well, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Walking Ballista. Let's see what blowout awaits this time. Where's our Enduring Really? Really? You just kill all our stuff and scoop? Okay. Well, we'll take it. That's not the combo, but we'll take it. I saw a poll on Twitter, and I would love to see you play some Storybook Brawl as a fun side thing. I might actually do it. After sending out that tweet, I got an email with some giveaway stuff in case I do stream it with some codes I can give away to people and whatnot. So, I mean, I kind of feel like we definitely got to do it now. Would you watch? I asked on Twitter, like, do you even know what Storybook Brawl is? I've been enjoying Storybook Brawl. I think it's a lot of fun. I really want this combo to go off. Storybook Brawl. So Storybook Brawl is it's like an auto battler kind of game. It's actually, so how I found out about it is because it's actually pretty big in the Magic community, because LSV and I want to say Matt Nass, like a bunch of the people involved with making the game are well-known Magic players. But it's kind of an auto battler where you're able to ooh, wait. Idyllic Tutor, Alter the Brood. Okay, we're gonna try it. This could work. This is possible. We need a free creature. Maybe this will be good enough. About it. Snowguard Plains. Well, we will play a Plains of our own and Alter the Brood. This could be our shot. I think it's actually pretty fun. He's an excellent shill topping class. Wait, who's an excellent shill? About it. I gotta say, I've noticed in some of the comments on YouTube, if you are not completely 100%, ooh, that's a free creature. If you're not completely 100% negative about Alchemy, like if you say kind of what I said earlier in the stream, like, I like building around new Magic cards, and I'm excited to play, some of those cards. People take that as shilling, which is kind of weird. I feel like we need more gray area with a lot of these things. I feel like when it comes to stuff like Alchemy, I feel like you either gotta think it's all bad or all good, and there's no context allowed with a lot of those conversations on the internet. When I feel like a lot of that is kind of a contextual gray area type thing. Well, Alter the Brood, Milia. Hey Seth, I see many Pauper players wanting to play Pioneer in Modern due to the high cost of both formats and get up frustrated. So as a Pauper player, I'm putting together an article of playable decks of up to 5 ticks for the free loan program. So I can play in a free tournament in Brazil. Can you give me some of your opinion on 2 lists? Ooh, let me see, Daniel. I would love to. Well, let's Ranger Captain. Milieu. Opponent stuck on land. Ooh, we mill a land. Okay, that's good news. Yes, we will tutor up a... I mean, we got the combo. Now let's take Walking Ballista. Pass the turn. Oh, this might be happening. We can Idyllic Tutor. Idyllic Tutor can find us Enduring Renewal. And then next turn we just go infinite. Opponent's passing. Okay. Opponent passes. Darksteel Citadel Milieu. Idyllic Tutor, please don't counter it, opponent. I mean, you should. Oh, okay. All right. We even have the protection. Okay, I think this is happening. I think because we can sack the Ranger Captain. We're not going to attack. I don't know what crazy thing could happen. I don't want to risk it. I want this combo. It's going to happen. About it. Bounces our Ranger Captain. Okay. We lost our protection, but that's fine. There's the land. Opponent. So now we gotta wait another turn, I think. Opponent passes. Oh my, I will get to your list, Daniel, I promise. 1, 2, 3. Ranger Captain. We want the counter protection. Opponent. Gonna make Rhinos. Okay. Many Rhinos. Sure. I mean, we just need to untap with this Ranger Captain, and we got the combo. We get to tutor. We will grab a Walking Ballista. We will play Urza's Saga, Milieu. If this is Force of Vigor, I swear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. We cannot catch a break. Oh. Whenever we get close, some horrible blowout happens. Oh, opponent. Hey, so they've been playing around with Moonville and Burgian Standard. A couple of days ago, I added Storm Chaser Drake as a more draw engine, which goes well. But now I'm stuck because I have a problem with the mana base number in comparison to the number of 1 mana spells and free spells I want to actually have. Wait, hang on. But now I'm stuck because I have a problem with the mana base number in comparison to the number of 1 mana spells and free spells I want to actually have. Here's the latest patch of the deck. Before you ask, Gambit is on the side to gain life for losing quite a lot to falling just short. Ooh, interesting. All right, well, I will look at it in a minute. Let's see if we can actually pull up this combo, and then I'll pull up the deck list. Here comes the Rhinos. Oh, I thought we had it. Yeah, this has got to be a bad matchup. So a lot of it I think is just Twitch, Ghost of Dak Faden. I have no idea why. I have no idea why Shill would be there, but I don't think that's, as far as I know, that's not like a list that that's not a list that we have set up. It's just something that Twitch has. Wow. So we went from being almost ready to combo to losing almost all of our everything. Now, Urza Saga. Trigger. We need the Stone Coil Serpent to stick or we're going to be dead. Stone Coil. So we need 2 more turns, but the Rhinos are so big. Opponent. Oh, sweet. Oh, Rhinos. I mean, I actually think the deck's really... I think this deck has a lot of potential, but oh my goodness, that was ridiculously brutal. Oh, 5-ticket Storm Herald. That looks super fun. That looks like a solid... That looks like a pretty solid 5-tick deck. Yeah, I like it. I like it, Jessica Jones fan. 5-tick Inverter. Ooh. Man, you can build a pretty good looking deck for 5 ticks. That's kind of shocking how good how just reasonable the deck list looks. Like, sure, you don't get Thoughtseize or whatever, but it definitely looks that looks very playable. Like, that's a solid looking budget deck. I like it. And then Moonveil Storm. Yeah, that's definitely a cool brew, Dyphon. How has the Storm Chaser Drake been working out for you? Wow, we were so close. Update record. Oh, you can't make me, dog. If we play Rhinos again, I swear, we're going to quit and add Chalices to the sideboard. Can we make a deck that just beats the Cascade deck? I mean, the Cascade deck isn't even like the most played deck in the meta. It's just like a deck. It's a top tier deck, but I don't think it's number 1. It's like, I don't even know. On the metagame page, where is Rhinos even? 8th? 10th? So it is a deck. I think it's more unfortunate that we played it twice in a row. As far as beating it, Chalice, Void Mirror. I think those are the best cards. Do we talk about the win rates from the Innistrad Championship? I didn't actually even see them. What were the win rate? What were the win rates? Yeah, I guess Chalice would would actually shut down us casting free spells, which is a problem. Oh, well, if we're playing Rhinos, don't bet your channel points, Doggamyth. It's one thing we've learned. Yeah, that list looks sweet, Benny. I think definitely a cool idea to bring the Neoform Affinity deck into Historic. It was fun when we played it in Modern. A 50, yeah, I mean 57% win rate, and it was the most played deck in the field. Like, that's kind of insane. So here's one of my other concerns. So what are you doing, Halflingstein, with this Alchemy stuff? Like, one of my concerns with Alchemy is if people still care about Standard, I feel like Alchemy existing makes it less likely for Wizards to actually ban cards in Standard. Like, I feel like if they can just change the cards in Alchemy, that's going to be their solution to problems, and that's where they're going to put their efforts. So I think maybe, incidentally, that ends up making it less likely that we get like Epiphany banned in Standard proper, because Wizards just rebalance it, and they'll be like, well, if you don't like it, then, you know, play. Ooh, this is. Okay, well, we're up against Luris, so who knows, but this is pretty close to the nut draw. Combo piece 1, combo piece 2, combo piece 3, GGWP. Play the land, pass the turn, come on. No thought seizes, please. Well, it's not Rhinos. You can't play Rhinos with Luris. That doesn't work. Well, could you? I guess you could. I don't know how you'd make a Luris deck with Rhinos, but I worry Paper Magic is going away with digital-only cards and new formats exclusive to Arena. So I don't think Paper Magic is going away. I do wonder if Paper Standard is on its last legs. Play a Smith. Like, that is something that is definitely a concern to me. But is it, like, that's something I asked earlier. Does anyone actually play Paper Standard at this point? Like, is that even a concern? Let's say paper Standard ceased to be a supported format. Would that impact your life? Like, I'm actually curious about that. Because I mentioned this yesterday when we were talking on the podcast. I used to think it was really important for digital Magic to be the same as Paper Magic. But recently, I've heard so many people say, I don't really play Standard. My LGS doesn't do Standard. Like, we all just play Modern, or we all just play Commander, or like some places Pioneer. So I wonder how much does Standard actually matter in Paper anymore? Or is everyone just playing Commander and Modern and Pioneer? Because I guess that would make the Alchemy thing less of a cost if Paper Standard is not something people care about anyway. Boy. Bad news is this is another counter deck, potentially. Well, Urza Saga. Milieu. Stone Coil Serpent. Well, we got the win in hand. Can we resolve it? Opponent. Mill a land past the turn. I mean, worst case, we can go on the Urza Saga plan. We just gotta dodge a counter. Like, we have lethal next turn if it sticks. I would buy Standard if PPTQs would come back. I mean, I guess that's the other question is, like, how much of that is weirdness because of the pandemic, because there's no organized play? Is organized play going to come back? Because I think that's true. If Wizards was going to go in, announce, a bunch of big GPs for Standard and so forth, I think that would definitely increase the popularity of the format. What would happen with new sets? So, if you think about the big picture of all this, over the last couple years, standard sets are not standard sets anymore. Even Wizards doesn't even call them standard sets. They call them premier sets, I think now, something like that. So they design those sets, like, sure, they're legal in standard, but they really design those sets with commander cards, with modern cards, and all that kind of stuff. So how about this? And I'm not saying this is necessarily what's happening, but oh, I really want to resolve this. Okay, we're gonna go for it. Hopefully, if they have a counter, it's Drought in the Lock, and it doesn't work here. Oh, although the safest line is make constructs. You know what? Let's make constructs. I don't think we want to give up the free construct value. Make constructs, see if we can get them to tap out. So if you look at the big picture, it kind of seems like here's what's happening. And this is just me adding together a bunch of things that may or may not actually be connected. But so standard sets have become premier sets. Those sets have shifted into a lot of commander cards, tons of legends, we've talked about this before, like, feels like there's more commander cards in my standard set than there are standard cards in my standard set. So you went from standard sets to premier sets. Those sets feature a lot of cards for non-standard formats. And at the same time, you have Wizards announcing new standard in Alchemy in digital. It kind of feels like what Wizards is trying to do. Man, maybe we just take the Alter the Brood and go on the really fair mill plan. Milieu. It kind of feels like what Wizards is trying to do is do this. They're making standard sets into commander sets. And then they're doing these supplemental sets of Alchemy for standard, quote unquote. And that's where they put the cards that are actually focused on standard. The problem is they only exist in digital. So that would kind of kill paper standard if paper standard is still alive. Like if that's still a thing that is actually relevant anyway, which based on people talking in chat, like, is it? I'm not really sure. To some people, maybe not a lot of people, but I kind of feel like that's the direction we're going. Paper sell standard sets, quote unquote, which are now premier sets, but they're actually full of commander cards, sell secret lair drops, have people play commander, support modern with Modern Horizons, and then have standard become Alchemy and be digital only. Plus you get to monetize it even more because you have... Plus, you're going to monetize that even more because you have all these supplemental sets you can sell, and you can change cards, and you don't have to refund wild cards, and all the stuff we've been talking about, like the negatives of that change. That might be the plan. Like that might be what Wizards is thinking and trying to do. Agreed, the 1P beam like a blood token, get a blood artist, would be straight up in Crimson Vow if not for the weird token, not token thing. Oh, I know, that card is one of my favorite cards that we've seen. And it kind of like makes me a little sad that it doesn't really exist because, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Do you consider these cards existing? That was actually a debate that came up on my Twitter the other day too, is like, someone called them fake cards or not real cards. And then someone else like took offense to calling them fake cards. Are they real cards? How do you personally think of cards that do not exist in paper? We have all these crazy philosophical questions now. Oh, opponent, you deserve to be comboed off. Inquisitions us. And I kind of don't get why they just shove all the commander cards they print into standard sets into, don't get why they don't shove all the commander cards they print standard sets into commander products they sell at a premium that they already released at the same time. They'd make money off the commander stuff, and commander players would still need to buy the normal sets for those new cards. I feel like maybe Wizards think standard is dying. Like when it comes down to it. Like maybe Wizards is the one that thinks standard is dying. I'll go to combat. I'll attack ya. Opponent takes it to 10. I'll play the land, Milia. So we can't, one way this combo works is we can't play the Enduring Renewal unless we have the free creature in hand, because once it hits the battlefield, we can't draw creatures anymore. So we accidentally lock ourselves out of comboing if we play this and we don't have the Ballista or Stonecoil in hand. And now that our opponent thought sees us, we don't. Rija, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Fake until Alchemy replaces Standard, then they were always real. Absolutely fake digital only cards. Another expressive iteration. Card's so strong. I'm going to ignore all these Alchemy cards. I don't really play paper, so I don't really care. There's a lot of those cards that I would love to have IRL, but they do feel fake. I mean, a decent number of them. Yeah, I guess that's true. Ping, yeah. We no longer have... Boy, jeez, Modern Horizons. Yeah, maybe we should have just went for it. Tried to sack the Ballista. I feel like our opponent... Oh, draw snow-covered plains. Opponent is down to 24 cards. Alter the Brood. Milia. Play the land. Milia. 19 cards. Are we ever going to see this combo? Is this combo ever actually going to happen? The universe is an illusion. The only reality is perception. I cannot prove that anyone exists besides myself because I experience it. My soul is more real than your physical presence. Opponent's gonna... Oh, opponent. Come on now, stupid monkey. Opponent dashes us with Ragavan, makes a treasure, gets to get back Crocs. I mean, this deck, maybe Japan just has the weirdest meta of all time. There's a Croxa. Yeah, maybe Japan just has like some... I mean, I guess we play a lot of weird Japanese decks. But this deck top 16 to a tournament that had like 200 some players in it. So it doesn't... unless the meta is like incredibly different, it doesn't seem like it should be that against the odds. Like, you can't win with it. I mean, I feel like we've just had tough matchups. Icy Doc for the 32nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Opponent. Gonna get back Croxa. Yeah, now we're not really anywhere near comboing off. Since our opponent was able to strip away all of our combo pieces, and now they got a 2-turn clock. What about Leyline of Sanctity in this deck? Maybe Leyline of Sanctity would help. Alright, we're just gonna draw lands for... Yeah, we're super dead. We got close to milling him out. Well, we'll stick around and actually let him show it, but... Who does the art for your YouTube thumbnails? Ooh, that's Adriano Catani, a Brazilian artist. Yeah, Adriano's done all of our thumbnails for quite a while now, but it gets it with Grogs, it hits us. He definitely amazing. Blown away by how good Adriano is at stuff. Yeah, I guess maybe we should have just went for it. I feel like the odds of our opponent having interaction is super high because they've been leaving it up all game, but, well, Ranger Captain of Eos. And there's the Drown in the lock. Well... Yeah, so he did have the Drown in the lock, so it's pretty likely we're dead anyway. Oh, why? Why is it not? Why? Oh, we almost got there with a fair plan. Interesting. Oh, I feel like we should have won by now. Like, I don't think this combo is that far-fetched. But for some reason, wow, it is we've been so close. This is feeling snakes again. That is like the TLDR. This feels like the snake deck. Maybe it's just a infamous small Japanese tournament thing that they feel so close to being like super good. But then we just somehow in like ridiculous ways keep getting blown out. in falling just short. Well, all right, run it like that. Maybe this must be the one. How about Hall of Heliod's Generosity? Yeah, I mean, I could see playing it as a one of. Like, what does it do? Just, I mean, I guess it gets back a enduring renewal that gets hit by a Thoughtseize. Yeah, I mean, that might be worth it. I mean, the deck's already playing Darksteel Citadel, so it can. It seems like it can probably afford like a colorless land. Well, we got a lot of colorless lands. Would it be better than Darksteel Citadel? Is it worth cutting Darksteel's some number to play a Hall of Heliod Generosity? I mean, I guess you could also try to play like Expedition Map to find it. Basilisk Collar works really well with Walking Ballista. That's the main synergy. Giving Ballista Death Touch is kind of pretty scary. Opponent. Oh yeah, hopefully you're betting your points against us winning with this deck so far, else you're gonna be super broke. Oh well, a million portable holes could be good eventually. I mean, it is a Lurus deck, so portable hole does hit literally everything. I'll take a Stone Coil in case we get to the point of comboing. Pass the turn, opponent. Correct. What do you think about Ingenious Smith? Is Ingenious Smith actually like good? I feel like it hasn't been very impressive. I mean, I guess it replaces itself. It feels like it always dies, but I guess it does. I guess it does replace itself, kind of Elvish Visionary style. So maybe that's good enough. Opponent's got the hate cards. Sure. Well, Urza Saga. Play. I guess Idyllic Tutor. A little pinch on white. We're seeing the colorless land issue here at the moment. Huh. Maybe we just keep sagaing. That might actually just be better to keep trying to play sagas. They have the Nile Spellbomb anyway. Well, we can portable hole it. All right, we'll take the Enduring Renewal. We'll try. We want to see the combo. That is the whole point of this. Get it with the Smith, hit ya. Have you played with Dakan yet? Have not played any Dakan deck. Hey, what's up, awesome dude? Welcome to the Fishbowl for this 60-second month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Days keep going by and it ends up being months. It happens at least 62 times. Hope you and Bear are doing good. 1 week and I'm done with finals. Oh, yeah, it's almost break time. Have you played Dakan yet? I don't even think I've ever seen a Dakan. Mark us for the 56th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Yeah, I guess getting back Hall of Heliod's Generosity, or using Hall of Heliod's Generosity to get back Saga could be relevant. All right, so Saga. Play the land. I mean, we're gonna make this happen one of these days. Probably not quite today, though. So let's portable hole. Get rid of the spell bomb. Go to combat. Hit you with the Smith. We still need like 2 more turns. Pass the turn. We can make a card struct. Do you think they will do any more historic anthologies? If so, what cards would you like to see? Oh, I mean, I hope they do. I still think it's really, really important for Arena to keep filling in old sets. Like, if they want to make Alchemy, I'm excited about Alchemy. Even if they want to Hearthstone-ize Historic, which they already started doing, I'm kind of okay-ish with that. But I really think they need to add something like... Pioneer. Wow, opponent's not finding lands. So there's an actual paper Eternal format on Arena as well. Like, I think that might be maybe the biggest thing that they could do, or one of them. Well, let's make a construct. My issue with the digital formats is ownership of the data. I still remember how I got my Moto collection erased due to a year-long hiatus on my account. I've never heard of that. How did your Moto collection get erased? I I didn't know that was possible. Wait, if you don't use Moto, how quickly? If you don't use Moto frequently enough, they'll erase your account? I didn't, I've never heard of that. I don't think that's true. Is it some sort of bug? Did you talk to wizards? That is crazy to me. Well, get the Altar of the Brood. Play Relic of Progenitus. Grow the Dorks, mill you. The land you that our opponent desperately wanted. Well, we're winning. We're not winning in the way that we want to win, but we're winning. Yeah, maybe if someone like stole your password and stole your cards, I guess that is, I definitely have heard of that happening. Like if, well, all right, opponent just never hit their land. We still didn't combo though. All right, run it back. Okay, Mr. Panda, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right. This is it. This is the time it's going to finally happen. We're going to see this go off. Let's say Wizards decides to tank the game like something crazy catastrophic. Would that provide you incentive to put money into digital formats? So like tank the paper game? I mean, for me, no. I feel, and maybe this is... Maybe this isn't true anymore. Maybe this is boomer talk. But I kind of feel like... Oops. But I kind of feel like... Opponent, Nile Spellbomb. Maybe I'm just so gun-shy about the counter spells. Like maybe... Yeah, we could have tried to go for the combo win. It felt like... Oh, we were in such a good spot to win naturally that... we've got force negation so much and blown out so much. I'm just so, I'm afraid against these blue decks to try to resolve enduring renewal when we can just make like a 6/6 that's uncounterable. So, but that does take away from the odds of winning with the combo, which is what we're really wanting to do. Well, snow-covered plains, go. I mean, we got the combo again. I don't know how many miracles it's going to take for us to resolve it, but we do actually have the combo. We got the Ballista, we got the Renewal. We're one turn away from potentially going infinite and milling our opponent out. This could be the one. I mean, for me, seeing paper Magic tank would make me less likely to buy into digital, because I have always felt like the connection is important. That I always like Magic Online because it replicates the paper game and is part of the broader Magic ecosphere or whatever. Arena's moving further and further away from that. But maybe in 2021 that doesn't matter anymore. That's all I can figure is like, maybe that's just not a thing anymore. Like maybe it doesn't matter if the game's connected to the paper game and the arena and, Moto are the same or whatever. Maybe that's not an actual thing. Opponent's gonna sack, draw a card. Well, we'll see. We're a turn away if we can resolve our stuff. We get rid of the Spell Bomb. We play Springleaf Drum. We mill you. We play Silent Clearing. We mill you. Stupid Monkey down. All right. Well, come on, miracles. Tap out. Nothing go wrong for once. And we actually get the combo kill. Oh, but yeah, we can't combo with the Spell Bomb out, so we gotta deal with the Spell Bomb. Pact of Negation in the sideboard. Ooh. That would be... We got a couple of defense grids, but it's tricky to bring them in. It's tricky to bring them in against decks that are not, like, super counter heavy. Well, we'll see. I mean, we're going for it. This is a blowout waiting to happen, but this is our chance. Oh, no. Oh, do we wait? Do we wait and try to protect it, or do we just go? They're going to get back to Croxa, because this is a downside to Altar of the Brood, where Altar of the Brood incidentally milling is actually, like, a huge drawback. Well, so our combo involves repeatedly playing a Walking Ballista with Enduring Renewal out, When it dies, it'll bounce back to our hand. Graveyard Hate can snipe it, though, in between. Go for the combo or go for protecting the combo? If we go for the combo, the problem is then... If we go for Ranger Captain, they get to get back Crocs and we're going to have to discard a combo. I guess we got to go for it. Milieu. Enduring Renewal. Drown and Lock doesn't get us. Okay. Drown and Lock on Ballista, I guess, does. Okay. Milieu. Is it happening? Is it happening? Bounce it, cast it. Are we good? Are we good? We will yield to that. We will yield to that. We did it. I think we did it. Okay. Potent gets milled. Are we done? And a bonus gift that we did it. All right, life is... I don't know how they didn't have a counter. They left that 2-mana up religiously, and I figured they had it, but they didn't, and that is the combo. Okay, so life is better when we're not getting Rhino'd. It can work. Okay, we're back on the winning track. We're getting there. All right, so the combo, that was pretty good. Yeah, the opponent was bluffing like that entire game. Ranger Captain would have given you a card to discard. Yeah, if it resolved. I mean, if we beat the counters, if they don't have a counter, then we're just in really good shape either way. Maybe it's just that Rhino matchup. We got so blown out those matchups, making me a little nervous about the hate. All right, two more in a row, and we actually get a winning record with the deck. It's possible. Just please not Rhinos. It's like, excuse me. It's like DoorDash. I do not understand DoorDash business model. How can you justify the surcharge on takeout food? It's an untenable bubble, all the costs involved. I mean, I think you're underestimating laziness in people that have more money than they know what to do with. Like, if you just have a lot of money, then I guess that seems like a pretty good deal. Like, why would you want to drive out to your fast food restaurant if you have enough money that you don't worry about stuff like that? I mean, it seems like a business model that to me seems like it makes sense. I don't know. I've never really used DoorDash. I don't even have the option to use DoorDash where I live or any of those. we don't even have McDonald's around here. That's not quite true, but there's not any of those services around here. But I definitely would imagine, like, if you have a lot of disposable income and you're playing a game of Magic Arena, you don't want to get out and go drive to McDonald's to get your sandwich or wherever. So I could see how it would be appealing to some people. DoorDash food is never warm. It's always soggy, waste of money. I could see that. Also drunk says also probably true. There is, I think, let me see. Planes go. This hand seems fine. We still need the Alter of the Brood, but we can get Enduring Renewal, and we got the free creatures. We got a removal spell. Okay, Lurrus take it. What do you think about Lurrus in Modern? Does Lurrus even need to exist in Modern? You wanna see what it looks like around here? Would you want to? So people want a house tour, and now they want a town tour. I mean, I can drive you around town. I don't know if that would be that entertaining of a video, but if you're curious and want to see it, huh? Well, I guess we sold. Whoa. Okay. About it. Did we just skip our turn? Oh no. I blame you, chat. That one's on you. I built a Finn deck that swarms a field and runs Binding the Old God, Echoing Equation, Toski, and Dig Up. What cereals should I name it after? What cereals are still available? I don't feel like there are many. I don't feel like there's many cereals that are left that actually make sense. We need more new cereals. I feel like there hasn't been a new cereal invented in my lifetime. I feel like it's all the same cereals when I was a kid. So we're running out of deck names. Well, Alter the Brood is good. Play Alter the Brood. This is the same deck we played last time. Very weird league where we're just playing the same two decks over and over and over again. Well, eat a Mishra's Bobble. Milieu. Pass the turn. Blueberry's a good one. Hey, what's up, Agata? Good to have you. Good to see ya. Most cereals are just reflavors and oversugared versions of existing cereals. I think that is kind of true. Make a mono black vampire deck. Call it Count Chocula. Count Chocula is a good one. That would be a good deck name. We need a Count Chocula deck. Opponent. I'm gonna continue to dash Ragavan. Huh. I don't know about this dashing. I guess they just want to build up their treasures. Opponent steals a land. And expressive iteration, sure. Well, I mean, we gotta dodge counters again. The story of our life. We played against 4 blue decks in a row, but I think those have just not been the best matchups for a deck. Has there been a Raisin Bran deck? I almost feel like there was a deck from forever ago that was Raisin Bran. We have a snow-themed Frosted Flakes deck yet. Ooh, this could be Frosted Flakes. Dragon Rage Channeler. Opponent plays the Dragon Rage Channeler. And passes. I mean, I think we gotta go for it. Milieu. Idyllic Tutor. Well, now our opponent's going to know what's coming, unfortunately. Enduring Renewal. Pass the turn. All right. No Thought Seizes, no counter spells, and we got the combo. Was Trix the first serial? It might be the first serial name. I'd have to research the actual first serial name. Trix would make sense, though. And Trix kind of actually described its deck. I think the serial naming, as much as I think the serial names are funny, some of them didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, a lot of them didn't really describe their deck at all. They just sort of had serial names for no apparent reason. Fruity Pebbles was the first one. So you think the Enduring Renewal Neck was the start of the serial naming? I mean, I guess that also makes sense. Because Enduring Renewal, what? Ice Age? And then Trix was Saga? So definitely earlier. Ox Titan for the 15th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, Trix I think was late 90s. Cheerios is a very good name. Cheerios serial name, and it perfectly describes playing a bunch of zero mana creatures. About it. Well, we'll see. The downside of having a tutor up Enduring Renewal is now our opponent knows that we have it. Also, a quick reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. What would a Captain Crunch deck be? Captain Crunch. I don't know, it makes me think like Abzan for some reason. Opponent. Christ, Bloodstained Mire. Applejacks. That would have to be like green, red, like some sort of Gruul deck. Dress down. Okay. Sure. Dress down in the main deck. Mills a drown in the lock. Loses their abilities. Is the opponent just looking for a Thought Seize? They might just be looking for a Thought Seize. ATOG Affinity should be called Captain Crunch. Ooh. Opponent hits us. Well, I mean, we're going for it. They lose the rest down. They have a single mana. We play an Urza Saga. We mill you. Is it combo time? Or are we getting Force of Negation, Enduring Renewal? Resolves, mill you. Stonecoil Serpent. Pick it up. Cast it for 0. Yes! Okay, it's working. We got off to a rough start, but it's coming together. Apparently, we're good against the stupid monkey decks. We're bad against Rhino decks, but we're good against the stupid monkey decks somehow. That actually felt pretty good. Like, the combo is a pretty guaranteed way to win a game. What is, now since we're talking about all this cereal, now it's got me thinking, what is the top tier breakfast cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch is pretty good. Frosted Flakes aren't bad. I don't know if I've ever had Count Chocula. I think that's more of a meme than an actual cereal. All right, so opponent's playing Ragavan shenanigans. Wait, Frosted Cheerios? Is that an actual thing? What is the lowest tier cereal? Something with bran in the name, probably. Something like that your grandparents eat. Just like bunches of oats or whatever. Oh my god. Cereal's so gross. Great. Oh, grape nuts. Yeah, that's grape nuts. Shredded wheat. Frosted shredded wheat isn't that bad. Or frosted mini wheats. Frosted mini wheats are like mid-tier, I'd say. Just straight up no frosted. Oh my god. Yeah, that's that's like something that a horse would eat or something that you should feed to a farm animal, not to humans. Lucky Charms isn't bad. Lucky Charms, though, it's high variance. It's a high variance choice because it's really dependent on the marshmallow percentage. So if you get a scoop of Lucky Charms that doesn't have any marshmallows, oh my god, it's so gross. But the ones with all the marshmallows, then that would be S tier. So I think it's a good choice, but it's a very, very high variance choice. When you run well, it's definitely up there with the other top tier cereals. When you run poorly, though, oh my god. All right, so we're playing against grape nuts. Colon blow. Is that a real cereal? They come up and punch your colon. Okay, how do we do this? We actually do need a sideboard. So, Basilisk Scholar probably unnecessary. Like, should we be bringing in defense grids? We can bring in Ruined Halo. A couple of relics might be worth it. The Springleaf Drum hasn't felt all that impressive. I guess we try it like that. Yeah, let's run it like that. A little more Graveyard 8, run it like that. I decide Captain Crunch should be Pirate-based land death. Ooh, that's actually like the Legacy Pirate deck that has all those weird taxing pirates. That actually is kind of perfect. Yeah, I don't know. Defense grid, I think it's definitely worth it against like hardcore control decks. How worth it is against, this hand's actually kind of insane. Combo piece, find the 0, Enduring Renewal, protect Enduring Renewal, Graveyard Hate. That actually is pretty much all we can hope for. Yeah, all right, let's do it again. Let's see if we can do it again. There isn't Colon Blow. That was an old SNL skit. However, there is an oatmeal brand called Crepola. And all their varieties of poo pods. Oh. Yeah, maybe we should bring in defense grid more aggressively. All right, Pluto Delta cracks it, and Stupid Monkey. Hopefully, not Thoughtseize. Okay, well, that's a little worse. Just a smidge. So what did you think of Innistrad Crimson Vow now that we've had a bit? Someone brought up on Twitter yesterday, and I hadn't really thought about it, but it made sense, that they felt like the set hadn't really been that hyped, and that there wasn't a lot of talk or interest in it, which, now that I think about it, that does kind of make sense. It does feel like it hasn't been that hyped, but it doesn't seem like a bad set. I mean, I think it's even more powerful than our first Innistrad. Ew, okay. Sure. Huh. Well, let's discard a... Yeah, let's discard a land. I think... Opponent passes. We do really want this relic. Play the relic. Eat your graveyard. Hit you for 1. Well, that can keep the Crocs off the battlefield. We are a little stuck on lands, but we got a chance to find them. We got some redraws. Oh, Thoughtseize is... Ooh, what do you think? We didn't talk about this card. I'm curious. This is an interesting card to evaluate. Oh, no. Thoughtseiz's Tribal over there. This is an interesting card to evaluate. I go back and forth between it being like absolutely busted and absolutely... Well, I think it's more on the busted side. But what do you think of this Break Expectation card? So Break Expectation, 1 mana, Thoughtseize that can't hit 1-drops, essentially. You get to see all non-land cards mana value 2 or greater. So you miss 1-drops. It exiles the card. The downside is the person who gets Thoughtseize gets to grab a card from the spellbook. So they get to get a card. So you're not actually Thoughtseizing them. It's kind of more like Vendilion clicking them, where you're taking a card till they get another card. The thing is, their spellbook is really bad. It's like 50 feet of ropes, colossal plot. It's almost like a meme where it feels like Wizards chose the worst colorless cards possible. And those are the cards in the spellbook. So sure, your opponent's technically not ending up down a card, but the card they're going to get out of the spellbook is really unlikely to be helpful. It's like to the point where I don't even know if you want to cast it. Like, I guess if it was the only card in hand and you had mana, you would cast a Weapons Rack or like a Whirler Baker, but it's not something you're going to be excited to get. Is this, like, how strong do you think it actually is? I kind of feel like it's insane, but maybe, that's one thing about this whole set is it's so tough to evaluate. Really, really tricky to evaluate. Well, all right, Ingenious Smith. Double Thoughtseize is a little painful. Portable Hole's not bad. We will take the Portable Hole. We will exile from your graveyard. Portable Hole does get rid of the Death Shadow at some point. Pass the turn. Nowhere near comboing now, and nowhere near having enough mana to cast our stuff. But if your opponent gets to tutor Meme or Dream Plosso... Exactly. They get to tutor up a Meme or Dream deck. It's an Alchemy card I cannot trust it will read the same way in 6 months' time. And that's why I don't want to evaluate these cards. Oh, I got bad news for you, Potato David. I don't think you can trust the standard cards or we'll read the same or historic cards. That is the bad news in this scenario. At least on Arena, I don't think you can trust that anything reads the same. I mean, it's definitely true of, wow, opponent whiffed on lands. It's definitely true of, you know what, let's crack this, see if we can draw it. Yeah, a little greedy. See if we can draw land. I would really love to draw land here. Aha, there's the land. Portable Hole. Get rid of that Death Shadow. Here comes the beats. Opponent down to 7. Ooh, isn't Dread Fugue better? Isn't Dread Fugue better? Let's look at Dread. Well, so Dread Fugue only hits things that are what? Mana value 2 or less? Yeah, so this only hits 1 and 2 drops. This new version hits anything except 1 drop. So 2 up to 20. So it's really hard to evaluate all this crazy spellbook stuff. Opponent's gonna keep on Thoughtseize, and it's really tough to evaluate this spellbook stuff because we've just not really ever had it before. I guess if you've played a lot of 2 or greater, so you get everything except for 1-drops. You miss 1-drops for some reason, but it's pretty close to Thoughtseize text as far as what you make them discard. But then you do give them another card, more Death Shadows. Aha. Opponent plays a land. A Ruined Halo. On Death Shadow. Pass the turn. We might have to do this the fair way since we got Thoughtseize so much. Opponent untaps. Can't wait for the Alchemy finals where break expectation into Colossal Pal is what decide. I mean, that would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Like, it would actually be pretty funny. Storybook Brawl on stream today. The only downside I have on Brawl is the length of games. Too long. Yeah, I wonder if they could speed up the clock at some points. That is true. I know that we're not going to play Storybook Brawl today. We're definitely playing Magic, but I do think we'll do a Storybook Brawl like special bonus stream at some point because I like playing it, and I got some codes to give away to everyone. Ooh, all right. Well, Silent Clearing and Walking Ballista. We are a single point of damage away from winning this. Ballista. Pass the turd for now. Okay, we're piecing it together. Opponent untaps. The Rune Halo is doing its job. I want to see a spellbook contain every card in MTG history. So just like get a random card. That would actually be pretty funny. I think one of the interesting aspects of this is the first digital only cards that we've gotten. The ones we got a few months ago with Jumpstart Historic Horizons. They were only in Historic, and they weren't really very playable. I feel like being in Standard, a much less powerful format, I feel like some of these ones are actually going to see play. So this will be the first time that we've actually really gotten to see the cards like this in action. I feel so bad talking about any of this because I know some people get so upset about it, but like some of them seem kind of fun. I wish the interesting aspect of it is some of them I wonder, like some of them feel a little forced to me. Some of them, you read them and you're like, okay, like, yeah, I see why that's got to be digital only. There's no way that could work in paper. Like, Gutmorn is a pretty good example, where whenever someone discards a card during your turn, you're going to get a copy of that card in your hand. That would be very, very difficult to actually play in paper. Like, you're going to be creating actual cards out of thin air. So I can see why that is a digital only card. On the other hand, and even that one, like, I could see a way of making it work. You'd have to make a lot of rules changes and really change a lot of things, but it would probably be technically possible to make something similar to that work. On the other hand, some of the cards, it feels like they could have made them paper playable if they wanted to. They'd have to change the wording a little bit, but maybe they should have just made them paper legal. Like, I think this werewolf, I don't know, like, sure, you're exiling a random non-land from your opponent's deck, but we just had Robber of the Rich. Like, we just had Robber of the Rich. There's no reason this couldn't be the exact same card, but essentially like Robber of the Rich's ability, where you exile the card, and as long as you take with the Wolf or Werewolf, and then it flips around, it does the same thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a random card from your opponent's library. If you just change to that to say the top card of your opponent's library, then you have a card that you could print everywhere. Or like assemble the parts. It's got this weird like perpetual thing, which sure, it would be a different card, but this could just be 5 mana altogether, exile a card from your graveyard, make a 4/4 copy of it. You know, sure, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. Or City Stalker, your opponent reveals their hand, and it would work, right? Enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand, discards the card with the greatest mana value, then you got a paper card. So a lot of them, I feel like they could have been paper cards. No, that's true. That's true. It does say non-land. So there are there would be a slight twist. There are slight twists there, but a lot of them, they're close enough. Some of them are pretty far away. Like Gutmorn is really far away from being a paper card. Or I don't know how you would implement mechanics like conjure a blood artist. That's just not something paper is designed to do. Like, how do you actually create a card that, you know, you don't have a copy of? Or the spellbook cards, there's, oh my goodness, it would be very, very hard to play those in paper. I guess theoretically you could own like a bunch of copies of the spellbook cards and kind of try to, you know, make it work in paper, but it would not be fun to actually play with. But some of them, I feel like if they wanted to, they could have made paper versions of them, which I think maybe that would make people happier. One thing I've seen is people being a little bit disappointed that they can't play some of the cards. I saw that a lot with Gutmore, with Commander players being like, wow, that's a really cool card. Also, we won again. Back on the winning track, the kids might still be eating. Where I saw Commander players being like, wow, that's a really sweet card. I wish I could actually play with this card, but it doesn't actually even exist in paper. So you get a little bit of a feel bad from paper players in some cases, for the opposite reason of some arena players. Like, some arena players are feeling bad because the cards exist. Some paper players are feeling bad because the cards don't exist in paper and they wish they did. How many mythics do these alchemy sets have? There seems to be a lot among the special new cards on top of the normal ones. That's one of my biggest criticisms of all this. So there's no set number. We do know there are no commons in Alchemy, which... wizards. It doesn't have to be this way. If you want a rant for the day about Alchemy, these cards are unlimited. They're not unlimited, period. There's no excuse. That's an excuse you always get. When a card is printed at Mythic, and you're like, why is it Mythic? There's going to be someone that says, well, it's for limited purposes. It would be too good if it showed up all the time in limited at Rare, which in some cases is true, in some cases is not true. That is not an excuse with Alchemy. These cards could all literally be commons, no impact on draft. The only thing that would do would make them easier for players to get. There's no way Wizards are going to make them all commons, but looking at these, like, there's a lot of mythics, there's a lot of rares, and then there's like a very small number of uncommons. So it feels like they released them in the most expensive way possible, essentially. Like, there's no reason they couldn't have had the mythics be rares, the rares be uncommons, and the uncommons be commons. It would have literally zero impact on anything in terms of gameplay. All it would impact is how much we have to play to get the cards. And it feels like the most expensive route was the one that Wizards chose, because that's a lot of mythics and a lot of rares. So that part of this is definitely a little bit disappointing. Hey, what's up, Ms. Zana? How are you? Ooh, okay. So we need an idyllic tutor for Urza's Saga to get Altar of the Brood and then off to the races. But yeah, so that is something that I wish Wizards would change. Like, with these sets that don't impact draft, like, be a little more generous. I think Wizards would have gotten a lot more of a benefit of the doubt from the community in general if it didn't look so expensive. Like, if your first introduction to this product was like, wow, those are some cool cards, I can't wait to play with them, instead of, oh no, I already have a hard time keeping up with Arena. I already don't have enough wild cards. Why are you doing this to me, WotC, by making or giving me all these rares and mythics I gotta collect? Like, I think even just that would have greatly changed the reaction and gotten people maybe a little bit more hyped about it, instead of just the initial reaction was just like people recoiling in horror, and rightly so. Like, oh my god, that's an extra 10 mythics, that's an extra 40 rares or whatever. Like, oh no, like, I can't do that. And if I can't do this and other people are doing this, then I'm gonna be at a disadvantage. Like, other people are gonna have access to these cards, I'm not gonna have access to them. You're making this game more expensive for me. So yeah, I think that was something Wizards kind of botched a little bit with this launch. It makes me sad because I actually think Alchemy is going to be more fun than Standard. And I wish that people were excited about Alchemy, because I'm actually excited about Alchemy. I'm not excited about the historic changes. I'm not excited about things getting more expensive. But I am actually, like, legit, because I feel like Standard gets stale quickly. We go through this every set release. A new set comes out, we play a bunch of Standard, and then after a little bit, we stop playing Standard because, well, it's stale. It's the same 2 decks that we played 40 times in a row. So we, go to Modern, we go to Historic, we go to other older formats. I think that, well, let's play a Stone Coil. Probably going to get bolted, but I would like to avoid getting hit by this Ragavan if possible. Pass the turn, opponent cracks. So yeah, I think that's something they could have done. If you're Wizards and you're hellbent on the format being successful and using those rarity structures, you could at least give everyone one of each card or something like that. Yeah, I mean, that would have been another way to go about it. Like, especially with this launch, where you're just adding the new format for the first time, they could have went out of their way to be... They could have went out of their way to be generous about it. That was an option. They could have been like, hey, we're launching this new format. We really want you all to check it out. Here are... Huh. How can we do this without dying? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we play this, we play this. We gotta wait 2 turns. Idyllic Tutor doesn't get much. We can't draw creatures. Well, we're definitely playing Urza Saga. And then I guess we Idyllic Tutor? For an Urza Saga? Pass the turn. Do we live long enough? That's the only question. Wizards could have went out of their way to be generous. They could have went out of their way to be like, here's 50 packs. Go crazy. We hope you love this format. We're excited. Here's the announcement I want to see. We're super excited about this format. We know that Standard has had some issues lately. And we think that Alchemy can address a lot of those issues. We'll have the option to change, dominant cards that everyone dislikes, like Alrund's Epiphany, more quickly. We won't have to wait as long to make those changes. So we think this is going to be a better format. We want y'all to check it out. Here are 100 booster packs. Here are 50 booster packs, whatever. Some big number of Alchemy. Like, go ahead. What is happening? Okay. Go brew up some decks, go crazy, have a blast, and let us know what you think about this new format. We think you're gonna love it. Something like that, I think, would have been the announcement that I would have liked to seen for Alchemy, rather than the one that we got that was like, oh, here's 3 packs. Look at all these mythics you're gonna have to collect. Sorry about your historic deck, but you'll deal with it. which is how a lot of it came out. Slogger, opponent's deck is spicy. Slogger is such a cool card. Like, oh, I love this card. Well, I mean, I think we're playing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, do we even play it? There's no reason to play it. We just win next turn. All right, pass the turn, make a blocker. And next turn we go for it. We get to get the altar, and then we just combo. Somehow another blue deck. It's always a blue deck. There's no way around. There's no way around the blue, apparently. About it. Tapping a lot of mana. Bloodbraid Elf into Ren in 6. That's all. Well, this is like Sloggerk. Opponent's deck sweet. I like the Sloggerk in this deck. Sloggerk with... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I take it all back. Oh, just kidding. Instead, we're super out of luck. I hate our opponent's deck. They're playing Ghost Quarter. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, how do we do this? Thanks for putting out content for the people. I've noticed radio silence from CFP and Alchemy, but I can't rely on MTG Goldfish for news and updates. Well, thank you, Captain America's Swolebutt. Yeah, I'm curious what paper vendors think about this. Like, I wonder if it's viewed as a threat. If you are... Star City Games or Channel Fire, someplace that your main business is selling paper Magic cards. I wonder if you view all these digital cards as a threat to your bottom line, really. So the question is, how can we keep our opponent from Ghost quartering the Urza Saga that's going to tutor out our winning combo piece. Does blocking make it more or less likely? Like, we're dead if we can't get this Altar of the Brood. Is there a way... Is there a way we can keep our opponent from doing it? We block here. Like, if we don't block... I mean, drawing Altar of the Brood would be great. That's 4 out of 46, though, so we're at, like, the 8% range or something. I'm wondering if we leave the Construct back... Alright, let's block. Oh, alright. Alright, so they blow up the smaller Saga. Do they have a land drop is the real question. Snow-covered plains. Ragavan steals a Smith. Opponent. Oh, they blew up the one that had multiple activations. Wait, did they play a land this turn? I think they did. Are we good? Wait, did they already play a land? Opponent. Oh, they did. Of course, the Ghost Quarter. We're good. We're good. We're good. We got it. Okay, opponent passes. They blew up the wrong Urza Saga, and our opponent is going to pay a bit of a price. Altar of the Brood. No one expects Enduring Renewal. Enduring Renewal. Milieu. Stonecoil Servant. Milieu. Slogger is going to get huge. Stonecoil Servant. Milieu. Yes, Stonecoil Servant. Milieu. Oh, we got him. And we can see their entire... Hopefully they don't have an Emerald. Watch them have random Eldrazi and opponent scoops it up. We started off so rough with this. Deck against Rhinos, but now we're seeing it come together. We're seeing the wins actually start to add up. All right, that was good. That was good. Plus, I don't play much paper standard, so Arena... cards have more value for me than most in paper. What format are you gonna play, Smalls? As far as standard, Alchemy or standard proper? Okay, so Slogurk, I guess. Slogurk land aggro. Slogurk monkey. Well, Relic in. Springleaf Drum just has not felt like it does anything. Relic in. On Thin Ice in. And run it like that. Arena is where I play standard. Not very interested in Alchemy at the moment. Combo piece 1. We do have removal in a Smith. That's fine. I like the On Thin Ice. The Smith is fine. I'm a keeper for the first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Why do you think content creators are more okay with Alchemy than Reddit is? So I think there's a couple things. One is, I think if you're a content creator, then you are probably somewhat insulated from the economic repercussions. Like, take me, for example. Every set release, I'm going to buy the cards I need from the set. It doesn't... Like, I would like Arena to be cheaper, and it bothers me that it costs $300 or whatever a set to get the cards I need, and this is going to make it cost more. Like, it's a bummer. I wish I didn't have to spend that money. But when it comes down to it, I'm gonna do it either way. So I think if you are a pro player or a content creator, you're probably somewhat insulated from the negative economic consequences of something like Alchemy, because you're probably in a similar position where you're going to write it off, or you make so much money off Magic that you can justify it for testing or whatever, where the average player is not in that position. I mean, I've talked about this before. If I wasn't making content, I don't know how much arena I'd play, honestly. I might just play Magic online if it came down to it, just because it would be so much cheaper for me that I don't know if I'd be able to justify the very high amount of expenses. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to, if I'd want to afford it. So I think that is part of it. I think the other thing is, and I think that this isn't really a content creator player divide, but I think that content creators are more likely to be on one side, which is, do I own any Ragavans on Moto? I do not, but I use loan programs. So if I need Ragavans, I can get them through the loan program and use them and then return them. That's how I have a decent sized collection that I've had for years, even before I was making content. But that is how I get most of, so many lands. That is how I get most of my cards for like streams and stuff now. So I think the other divide is that I think content creators benefit from formats being fresh. I think I would like that either way. Like, I just like new Magic cards and new formats and new brews. That's my favorite part of Magic, is seeing new cards. What can I do with them? How can I break them? What crazy things, is possible with this card? So that's my favorite part of Magic. But I think that's doubly true if you're someone who's making content. Like, no one wants to watch you play Is It Epiphany for 5 YouTube videos in a row. No one wants to, who wants to see that content? No one. So if you're a content creator, I think you there's a Blood Braid. If you're a content creator, you see 60 new cards and you see a brand new format and you think, wow, this is going to make a lot of good content. Or this has potential to make a lot of content. I got new cards to play with. I got a brand new format to explore. So I think that is another reason that maybe the reaction from content creators has not been as negative as players. The third thing is, I also think that there's a bit of like a snowball effect when it comes to places like Reddit or even like Magic social media, where it's pretty easy for something to there be a negative post or two, and then other people sort of like feed off that first negative post and add their own negative posts on top of it, and next thing you know, there's just a huge list of Alchemy is so horrible for this reason and that reason. Here's why I have Alchemy. So I think there's a bit of this snowball too. So I think the reaction is probably a little bit worse than it actually is, if that makes any sense. But Hamasuki, welcome to the Fishbowl. Hey Seth, keep playing those fun against odds decks for the peeps. Hope Bear is doing well. I got a new job, so I can only watch a stream occasionally, but I enjoy it very much. I follow Goldfish Crew on podcasts, never on Fire Dover. Well, welcome back to the Fishbowl, Hamazuki. Thank you for the kind words and the resub. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Opponent's deck is sweet. I like our opponent's deck. Seismic Assault too. Opponent. Wait, was this a second one, Pro? I remember reading one, I think Monday. I looked over the list and I'm pretty sure I wrote you back. But if there's another one since then it's possible that I haven't looked at it yet. I mean, another thing is that people that speak loudly on the internet are more likely to not agree. People that agree in the general population, we hear less. I think that's also true. Opponent pings us. Gets back. Are we gonna go infinite right before we die? Opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. We untap. Please no Emmer Cools. Altar of the Brood. Snow Covered Blades. Milieu. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enduring Renewal. And is this a comeback? From the 0-2 against Rhinos to 3 in a row? Is Enduring Renewal actually broken? Okay. Milieu. And then Stonecoil Serpent. Here it comes. Are we dead? Oh, opponent hasn't scooped yet. That's a little concerning. Okay. Do they actually have an Emrakul? Oh no. Opponent. I mean, that's combo. We got the Enduring Renewal. We can do this infinite number of times. We mill with Alter the Brood an infinite number of times. Does our opponent have some sort of hate card that we're not seeing? Opponent ghost quarters themselves. Sure. Uh-huh. And I think we got it. I think we got the comeback for the winning record for feeding the kids. Do Moto prices fluctuate often, and is there a place I can track them so I can see my cards are higher than I got them? Well, Unbreakable Wit. Yes, that place is mtggoldfish.com. Actually, that's where I do all my collection tracking. It's actually super easy. Hang on, let me see if I can finish this combo. And opponent scoops it up, and ooh, the comeback of the year. We started off 0-2 getting Rhino twice. We were feeling pretty bad about where the deck was at, but then it proved how good it could be. We took down Ragavad twice. We took down our opponent's spicy, like Slogger clone pile, and actually ended up feeding the bear. The kids are eating tonight. We got a treasure chest to open. That was super sweet. That was surprising. I was feeling pretty down about this deck after our first 2 rounds. I did not think we were gonna do much winning. And maybe that's just a tough matchup. Ooh, Abu Jafar. But maybe Rhinos is just not a good matchup for this deck. We don't have the right hate cards to deal with it. So maybe that's the issue, because the deck actually kind of crushed it in our last 3 matches. All right, well, let's open our treasure chest. 1 of 1, feeding the kids. See, it's a sign. It's a sign from the Magic gods that Voidmere should be in our sideboard to beat the Rhinos. I think that the Magic gods are providing the answer. They're saying you need to have more Rhino hate in the sideboard of this deck. Please take this Voidmere from this treasure chest and add it to your sideboard. You will thank us later. So the deck actually was kind of sweet. The deck actually worked pretty well. And then, did they have Ancient Grudge and Pump? Oh, maybe that could be what they were going for. Doesn't Voidmere kill our combo? Magic gods. Why did you do this to us, Magic? See, the Magic gods are very sneaky. They're very sneaky. They will give you cards like Voidmere that seem like good options for your sideboard, but actually hose your own combo. All right, sneaky Magic gods. So what I was gonna say really quick, and then we're gonna try some Edgar Pox. I don't think we'll make it through an entire league, but we'll see. We'll get through as much of it as possible. All right, so really quick, because someone was asking about this. Let's say you're playing on Magic Online and you want to track your collection. Here's what you do. Go to your collection account. Make sure you have a quantity set as 1, inversion shown separately, set up at the top. Right click here, select all. Right click again, export selected. This is going to give you a option of what kind of file you want. Choose CSV format. So you just save that file, and then all you got to do is you go to mtggoldfish.com, which I will show you right here. So go to mtggoldfish.com. If you go to tools in my collection, so tools on the top, my collection, you can import. So you just click import, and that's going to give you an option to import that CSV, and I can show you. I can show you what it looks like. So if you go to collection, if you go to like Moto, that's my non-loan program Moto account. And you can click on most valuable, and it'll show you the cards. You can delete stuff. You can change stuff. You can click on the card, see the price history, so you can see how much it's went up or down. You can see how much it's went up or down in the last day, in the last week. So yeah, that's I think the easiest way to manage your Moto collection. So let's try a little bit of this Pox deck. Do any decks use Urza Saga as a free enchantment, as a way Affinity uses artifact lands? No, but I think that's I haven't actually seen Urza Saga in an enchantment deck, period. I think that's partly because it cares about artifacts, and partly because we don't really have affinity for enchantments for the most part. Like, that's just not not really supported. Also, I mean, the enchantresses we have in Modern are mostly ones that trigger on cast. So like Seth is when you cast an enchantment, draw a card. So playing in Urza Saga doesn't actually trigger it, which is another vote against it. I think that's something that could have some potential, but it just hasn't worked yet. So this deck number 2 that we're gonna try is some Edgar in Modern action, and basically it's a Smallpox deck. So we've played Smallpox before. The twist is it's got Edgar in it. And Edgar works pretty well with Smallpox because, well, if you Smallpox, each player loses life, discards a card, sacks a creature, sacks a land. Edgar's kind of for free sacrifice because it's going to come back as a random artifact that'll eventually flip back around into Edgar. The rest of the deck, it's got some weird vampires in it. Bloodghast, also really synergistic with Smallpox. You can kill it, get it back. Silver Smoke Ghoul, pretty synergistic, but you need a way to gain 3 life. The way we're gaining 3 life is actually Sorin, which looks really weird in this deck. But Sorin lets us like sack a Bloodghast to Lightning Helix to get back our Silver Smotes. So there's this weird kind of like grindy vampire synergy built into the Smallpox package. Also, Cling to Dust can get it done. Liliana, just a pretty strong card, a bunch of good sideboard cards, Graveyard Hate, a bunch of removal. I also love Vindicate in Modern. I feel like Vindicate's very underappreciated, so it makes me happy to see a playset of Vindicate. Castle Lockwayne in the mana base, so you know it's a good one, and that is some Edgar Pox action. So let's try it. Let's try some games with it, see how it goes. I do like Smallpox decks quite a bit. Smallpox is just a sweet card. Richard must be a wizard to have made all this. Richard is very good at what he does, for sure. Like, Richard constantly blows me away with his programming prowess. Also, I'm just like kind of blown away by programming because I'm so bad at it. That's not something I really know how to do. So when people can like make websites and make all those cool tools, it's pretty sweet. Ooh, Smallpox and Historic. So here's another question I've been wondering about. Let's say you could nerf one card in Magic's history. What would you nerf? Now that we're heading down this path, like, who knows what the future holds? What is the card that you would change if you could? Or would you not change any? would you prefer not to have that be a thing? Do you think this is going to trickle into paper? Do you think that despite Wizards' best intentions or claims to for this to only impact Arena, do you think there's a chance that we're actually going to see this come to paper as well? It seems like it'd be so confusing. Ooh, Harness Lightning, Wilderness Wreck. Wilderness Wreck's a good choice. Oh, Cyclonic Rift each player. Yeah, Cyclonic Rift drives me crazy in Commander. Oh, such a blowout. What would you do with... Yeah, I do think it would really hurt paper if they start doing this. I don't know how do you play paper Magic if you don't know what your cards do, or the cards that are printed don't necessarily do what they say they do. Especially for like, I guess for tournament play, you could make it work. Like if you're going to go and play in tournaments, you're probably going to learn what the cards do and you're going to have judges. But for casual play, it seems really tough. Or maybe you just don't care and you're just like, if I'm playing on my kitchen table, I'm going to play these cards however I want to. Like, I don't really care what you say, Wizards. How come we're playing this format rather than playing Arena? Mostly because Modern is sweet. Really though, Modern is sweet. Modern is my favorite overall format. But the main reason we're playing it today is, I assume we're gonna play some Arena on Thursday because we're gonna have all the new cards. So I think we'll be playing Arena Thursday. So today felt like, oh no, Mill. Okay, so today felt like a good day to play some Modern because like Alchemy's releasing, which means Historic is about to change. Standard, I mean Epiphany. I hope they still just ban Epiphany. I really do. I mentioned this earlier that I'm a little worried that with Alchemy, they're just not going to care about Standard and bother to ban things. But, yeah, this is going to be kind of sweet. We'll take a Tasha Sidious Laughter past the turn. So we can Smallpox away the crab and then see what happens. I'm a little worried that they're not gonna change things in Standard proper. But based on the based on the results of the most recent tournaments, Epiphany probably needs to go. Seth, just built my own version of your core Auras deck for Modern. Gonna try it out at my LGS soon. Ooh, oh, thank you, opponent. Thank you. Bloodghast and Silver Smoke. Maybe we want to be milled. maybe getting milled is actually a positive here. Opponent's just milling us into some threads. About it. I wonder, do you think the Alchemy... Oh! Wow! That was our top deck for the turn? Oh my god, what a... Okay. Well, that was a pretty good top deck for our opponent. We actually have the Smallpox in hand. Opponent gets rid of all the Smallpoxes. Wow, what a draw. Do you think most standard formats would have been improved by bans? I mean, I think... technically, probably yes. Like, I think technically every standard format could probably be better. And if you made the perfect ban, the right ban, then you would probably improve that format with that ban. At the same time, I don't think that every format needs to have bannings. I think the last couple of years, pretty much every format has, wow, they hit 20. Jeez, All right, well, everything's coming up crabs here at the moment. That's brutal. Well. Kazalakwane. Liliana. Kill the crab. Jeez, that was a ridiculous Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That surgical was huge. About it. Down to 16. And that's going to turn on their Shelldock IO, which is probably just going to lethal us. How many Bloodghast did we lose? All of them? Wow, they just hit like so many lands. Opponent draws a card. Plays a tap land. I wish we could get rid of the Shelldock. I'm very worried about the Shelldock. About it passes. Sorin. Well, we have 2 Silver Smotes. So I think we tick up Liliana. We might still be okay here. Tick up Liliana. Discard Inquisition. Opponent. All right. Well, sure. Discard Inquisition. Tap land. Get back the Bloodghast. Sorin. Throw it at your face. Is it going to be enough? Sack the Bloodghast, hit you down to 13. Get back the Silver Smotes. Oh my god, about it. Oh, the hideous laugh. Hee-me, ha-ha, hi-hee-hoo. I think in Alchemy, if the card can't be Valence, I would figure they would probably ban it in Standard. It just gives them an area to test, to live test. In theory, that's how I would do it anyway. I mean, the initial ban list, it has some cards that I think were bannable, and then unless the bar for bannings has been greatly lowered, it also has cards that I don't really think are bannable. Like, I think Luminarch Aspirant's a good card, but I don't really think it's a card that you'd want banned. Like, if that's bannable, cool. Everything is bannable. All right, well, let's see what our opponent's got under the Shelldock Isle. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is it a hideous laughter? Okay, Archive Trap. Well, that doesn't just beat us. Actually, does this kill our opponent? It does, I think. Oh my goodness. I think this is going to kill him because we can get back Hasty Bloodghast now. So, Sorin, Helix you. Sack a Bloodghast. Opponent goes down to 10. Bloodghast now get haste. Castle Lockwain, triple Hasty Bloodghast, and that's how you beat a mill deck. That's how we beat the mill deck. Yes. Oh, wow. The Sorin synergy is actually kind of sweet. Just the Lightning Helix each turn seems kind of good. We might as well take up. Get rid of that last card, whatever it might be. And swinging for lethal. That was a good game. That was a super good game. Okay. Well, maybe mill is fine just because we want them to mill our blood gas. Oh, yeah, Sorin, the synergy with Sorin was pretty sweet. Like, being able to just repeatedly sacrifice stuff actually seemed kind of good. Leon Stew, 3 years up. Good Lord. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I don't like about Alchemy is the randomly generated effects like drafting. That is what made Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra unappealing, since you can't play around those. I think that was definitely a risk. I know a lot of people who hate the discover mechanic in Hearthstone, to the point where if you go and read like the posts of people who left Hearthstone to play Magic Arena, that's a mechanic that gets mentioned quite often. Like that is a pretty common one for people to just say, I didn't want to, especially competitive players. I didn't want to deal with that variance. The variance was just too much, and that's what made me leave the game. The discover mechanic really frustrated me because what do? You don't know what random card your opponent's going to get. You don't know what random card you're going to get. Sometimes your opponent gets the perfect unbeatable card. Sometimes they get the horrible card. Sometimes I get the horrible card. So that was a reason that people actually left the game. The spellbook should have less RNG in theory. It should be somewhat less RNG-y. Although the Hearthstone cards also had a restriction where it's a spell of a certain mana value or things like that. So there were restrictions. It wasn't just like any random card, although some of them were definitely a lot looser than a 15 card spellbook. The one thing that would make me feel a tiny bit comfortable with it is the one thing that would make me feel just a little tiny bit comfortable with it is most of the spellbooks are pretty bad. You're not tutoring up good cards. And one of the things I know from playing the Discover mechanic a little bit in Hearthstone, I haven't played Hearthstone super recently, but I have played a bit of Hearthstone in the past, is in Hearthstone, sometimes your opponent just discovers like the literal best cards in the game, like the equivalent of overruns and Black Lotuses and just like really, really, really strong cards. And it does lead to this play pattern that is not very fun, where it's like, oh, I discover a card, and then I discover a card, so I'll discover another card, and then I'll discover another card until I can finally find the card that actually does something, and then I hit the best card in the game, and I just beat you, and you're like, oh, come on, RNG, like, seriously, they cast 3 discover spells, and discovered other discover spells, and that finally led them to discovering the spell that lets them win the game. But I feel like, hopefully, the spellbook's not being very powerful will maybe keep that problem from getting too bad in Magic. That's my hope anyway. Because really, like, if you look at most of the spellbooks, they are pretty bad. Like the Fisherman one, it just like a lot of them are more memes than anything. I think like the Fisherman card, which is one of my favorite cards from Alchemy, just because I think it's hilarious. But Tireless Angler, it's literally just like a list of bad fish. And sure, like the difference between hitting like a Ruin Crab and hitting a random 7-drop horrible fish or whatever sea creature, there is some amount of variance there, but it's not like your Tireless Angler has a range of like Snapcaster Mage to Tome Scour or whatever. Like they're all 2 out of 10s or 3 out of 10s. Like all the cards in the spellbook their mana costs are different, but their power level is all pretty similar based on even though their mana costs are different. So maybe that keeps the variance in line. And then so maybe it works out fine in Magic. Like maybe hopefully Wizards learn from Hearthstone's mistakes and they kind of do they kind of do it right, maybe, hopefully. The only appealing thing Hearthstone has is a dusting system. We can copy that, not RNG. Very much agree with that. I think it's still kind of the arena economy is still kind of a travesty, and it keeps getting worse. I don't know why they, I don't know why they didn't do something about that. Like, I really, really don't. Well, 1, 2, 3. Soren. Look out, opponent. We're going to put a very powerful vampire into play. Oh, yeah. Take down that Soren. Show and tell a Silver Smoke Ghoul. Go. About it. Untaps. 3 cards ahead. I know this is a non sequitur, but what's the EBSTest Magic card ever printed? So the best or most EBST enter the battlefield card. I mean, as far as how iconic the cards are, if I was gonna pick the single most EBST of ESBT cards, Eternal Witnesses, that is a very good pick. Skatora. I was gonna say Scuderia. I was gonna say Muldrifter. Muldrifter is the first one that came to mind. Panharmonicon, it doesn't technically have an EBT, but it is like the sweetest payoff for EBT. So, and I do love Panharmonicon, so I can see that argument. I would go with probably Muldrifter. HS Maskman, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Well, tick up Soren. Bloodghast. Go to combat, hit ya. I think we hold on to the land for future Bloodghast reanimations. I don't know. What do you think, chat? What's the number one, the EBSTest of creatures? Cloudblazer is sweet. Cloudblazer, though, is kind of, it kind of goes back to Muldrifter. I feel like if your pick is Cloudblazer, you got to go with Muldrifter as like the original, even though Cloudblazer, the life gain is really good. Primeval Titan's busted. Primeval Titan, I mean, I kind of went a little, ooh, Tasha Sinia's laughter. Save us, Edgar, with your high mana value. 16. All right, well, sure. How can we close it out? That's the question. Untap. Yeah, might as well Thoughtseize you. What are you doing over there, opponent? Thoughtseize. Take the archive trap. Well, in that case, I guess we just keep ticking up rather than sacking, since they have these surgicals. So go to combat, hit you for 7. Opponent down to 9. If you crack that fetch, you're done on board. Does not crack the fetch. Opponent figured it out. Ooh, Agent of Treachery is a good one. Agent of Treachery is really, really good. So, chat, we're talking about these nerfs and buffs. Would you be okay? Well, that actually does do something. Would you be okay with... Oh, Eater of Days. Eater of Days might be the least EBST, the worst EBST creature. Or ETB creature. Would you be okay with Wizards rebalancing cards that are banned in Historic to get them in the format? I know we had that event a while ago. I know we had that event a while ago where Wizards tested some unbanned versions of cards. Wow, I think we got there with the jankiest beatdown plan. Soren putting counters on. There was no smallpoxing, no shenanigans. That was just Soren ticking up and us beating down. Like, do you think would that be worth it? I think that's something that's been mentioned, although I don't think it's been, if it's been explicitly said that they're going to do it, I haven't actually heard that. It's possible I missed it, but I think that they've mentioned the possibility of it. I think that's the other question with all this is, how big do you think these changes are? If you're a standard player, like how big of an impact do you think the nerfs actually have? Like, Swing for Zero for the 50th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. So like, let's say it's Thursday. You're like, I'm gonna fire up Alchemy against my better judgment. I know. I'm gonna try this format. So you jump into Alchemy. Are you expecting Alchemy to essentially be standard? Like, when you fire it up, sure, there's these, some people might play some of the digital only cards. Maybe you run to those once in a while, like you do in Historic. But when you actually start playing matches, are you expecting the metagame to be essentially the same? Elrond's Epiphany, white aggro, mono green, or do you think that these nerfs actually like greatly change the power level of the best cards in standard? Like, is Epiphany still the best deck in the format when the 4 Telos +1 mana and you only get the birds if it was foretold? Like, is that still the best deck in standard that is a huge percentage of the meta and winning a huge rate of the time? Or when Goldspan isn't making the treasure when it is targeted? Or if Ezekiel's Chariot's only making a single cat? Like, are these still top tier cards? So no difference at all. You think it's essentially going to be the same? Well, I think that is the worst case scenario if that's what happens. Oh dear. I think that for Alchemy to have any chance of succeeding, it's gotta be different. I think that, especially after the initial not very positive reaction, I think that what just like straight up kills Alchemy is everyone fires it up on Thursday and you're still just playing Is It again and again and again, and you're still just playing the same decks, and it essentially feels like standard in all the costs of confusion and changes and making the client more expensive. All the negatives are still there, but none of the potential positives are there. That is the disaster. I think that's what could make Alchemy just wither up and die. I think it really, really has to feel different for the format to have any chance of being successful. I guess that would be Wizards. I guess that's what they would do. Like, if Epiphany is still just the best deck, then they just nerf again and nerf again until eventually it's fair or bad or whatever. I don't think Ezekiel's Chariot's as powerful. I think Ezekiel's Chariot's a lot less powerful. 4 mana, make a single token. That's a lot. I think that's a lot worse, right? Part of the power of Ezekiel's Chariot is you're getting a, what is a Moan of the Unhollow? You're getting a Moan of the Unhollow that also, just happens to give you a 4/4 vehicle left over, and that vehicle has additional synergies. I think that only getting a single token and getting 6 total power and toughness, I think that makes Chariot meaningfully worse than before. Like, the crew cost being cheaper is something. There is a bit of upside there, but I think in general it's a lot worse. Yeah, I think if you weigh it all out, it's a meaningful buff. Although the lower crew cost is an upside. It seems that Wizards is trying to buff specific decks. You could probably hear, based on what you see, they are buffing, for example, Spellslinger. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to make of the buffs, honestly. Like, the cards that they buffed are cards that have never really been played competitively. We've seen like a tiny bit of Cosmos Elixir in Mono White Prison. We saw the Demolish deck that we played. I don't think the Demolish buff is like the weirdest one to me. Why add a single extra toughness? Like, just to say you could? Like, is there any situation where that really matters? Like, I'm sure there is, but in general, it's absolutely like very, very little difference. Like, it's so close to the same. Doesn't I bull? I mean, I guess in Historic that is a difference where there's Lightning Helixes running around and Wizards Lightnings and whatnot. So in Historic, I think that's actually true. In Historic, it does matter. In Standard, I don't think it really matters at all. Cosmos Elixir definitely gets better. What do you think about the 2 enchantments? Like, I feel like Wizard's class maybe is interesting now. I remember we played the Wizard class combo deck in Modern, and the biggest issue we had with it is we needed to hit the last lore counter to go off with it, and the 5 mana to get to the last lore counter, and this was Modern, a very fast format, but it was really hard. Like, that was the issue. Getting 5 mana to actually get that last lore counter was, not easy at all. Now let's put an end to this elf, I guess, and play a Triumph go. Opponent. I think Wizards might actually be pretty cool in Standard. I mean, it is really a cool card. I don't know, I kind of like that aspect of it too, because like Wizards class, Druid class, even Cosmo Elixir are kind of neat cards that it would be fun to be able to build decks with them, but their original versions just weren't really good enough. And the funny thing is, like, that's something that we've complained about in the past too is, oh my god, that's pretty good. That's something we've complained about in the past too is, we will discard Silver Smote Ghoul. We will sacrifice, oh, what a blowout. What a blowout. Sacrifice Flagstones. But something we've complained about in the past is Wizards printing draft chaff. Like, why are so many Magic cards unplayable and bad? In theory, buffing is a way to get around that. Although, I guess the counterpoint to that would be, well, just print better cards in the first place. I do feel a little bit for Wizards, because I think it is a very inexact science to try to juggle this entire metagame, plus cards that are going to be coming in future sets and getting the power level exactly right. Like, that doesn't seem easy. That seems like it's probably pretty tricky. Although at the same time, that is why Wizards makes $1 billion a year or whatever, is to be able to do that. Bad rares are to make good rares more expensive. I thought you were gonna make an argument that how do we know what a good rare was if we didn't have bad rares? If everything's a good rare, is anything a good rare? Philosophically speaking, Heliod. So this means we're about to get comboed. Opponent, shame on you. I'll play a Liliana. Take it up. Discard a Godless Shrine. I mean, we don't get comboed this turn at least. Hit ya for 4. Gonna be close. Pass the turn, opponent untaps. And 4 toughness makes a difference. First 1 mana with Frostbite. That is true. Opponent, Arbor Elf. Yeah, so I guess there are cases where it matters. Well, all right. So opponent has infinite. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna concede. So opponent has infinite life. I don't think. Well, I don't know. Like, do we concede? I don't know if we concede or not. Technically, our opponent's behind on cards. So if we can deal with all their stuff, we would mill our opponent out before they mill us out. Is that enough of a reason to keep playing? Like, technically, we're not 100% dead. I always scoop to like actual like 100% lethal combos. These are the gray area ones that are tricky because we're like 99% dead, but there is that 1% or like 0.1% that maybe we have a lot of removal. Maybe we just actually kill our opponent's stuff and we win by the milling out plan. Do we actually want to sit through that though? All right, let's just scoop. I don't think it's worth our sanity. Not a fan of the Haven nerf. Why would it be less useful than Den of the Bugbear? It swings for 4 and makes a jump. I mean, I think Faceless Haven's really strong. Well, Fatal Push in. Thoughtseize in. Cling to Dust out. Cling to Dust out. And... Stony Silence stops Ballista. Hey Seth, just dropping in. What spice are you cooking with Renewal? So we played a Renewal League. We ended up going 3-2, and now we decided to try a little bit of Sorin, but it was it was Enduring Renewal with 0 mana creatures like Walking Ballista in Stonecoil Serpent. And Altar of the Brood that you can get with Urza Saga for the mill 'em out kill, and then just a bunch of ways to find the combo pieces. I mean, I guess this is fine. Vindicate, if it was instant, would be sweet. Sorcery, I think, is sketchy against our opponent's combo, especially since we already have all these prismatic endings. And at least Prismatic Ending actually exiles Heliod, so that's some benefit, even though it's sorcery speed. Voidwalker doesn't do anything. The only real question is Stony Silence. Is it worth bringing in Stony Silence to... Yeah, I think we're going to say no. Is it worth bringing in Stony Silence just to shut down Ballista? Oh yeah, Vindicating instant speed would be really good. Well... Go Edgar, I guess. I mean, the Thoughtseizes are at least somewhat helpful. Thoughtseise you. Skyclave, Sanctifier, Coco, Arbor Elf. Well, take the Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Opponent. Passing. Thoughtseize you. Have you ever brewed around Ovinomancer? I'm trying to think of what Ovinomancer even does. I assume it makes sheep in some way or another. I'll take the Coco. Ovinomancer. Oh, the... Ovinomancer, this one. 3 mana when enters the battlefield. Sacrifice it unless you return 3 basic lands you control to its owner's hand. Tap it, return Ovinomancer to its owner's hand. Destroy a creature can't be regenerated. Its creature's controller creates a 0/1 green. Why is it a green sheep? Now we gotta build a deck around this card just so we can see what that sheep looks like. I'm very curious what a green sheep token... What does a green sheep token actually look like? Well, Liliana. Ticket up. Discard Prismatic Ending. I wish we had some good discard fodder. So I have never tried to brew around Ovinomancer. I'm honestly not even sure. Oh, it's a really horrible card. The art is pretty funny. I don't even know how I'd start. Like, maybe some way to make extra land drops? Like, I think you'd have to somehow make it into a benefit to bounce 3 lands. I think that would be the only, like, somewhat realistic way to build around it, I would say. Now, his opponent snags a Liliana. That's fine. We will... Smallpox. Ooh, I think we gotta discard Edgar for now, unfortunately. We'll find another one. How would you even try to build around it? And then the funniest part, this card's, it's really bad. I mean, I guess it's blue removal, and blue removal isn't known for being good. But the funniest part is, then if you activate it, you gotta bounce it. So you gotta play this. I mean, actually, I've been thinking about the worst cards of all time. This is probably on the short list of worst cards of all time. Like, it's gotta be. It's gotta be on the short list of literal worst Magic cards in the entire history of the game. Hey, I'll take Godless Shrine. Who knows? We might want to cycle at some point in the future. Pass the dirt. So you have to, so you pay 3 mana, you play this, you bounce 3 basic lands. They gotta be basic lands. And then you tap it to kill one of your opponent's thing and give them the green sheep. And you gotta bounce it back to your hand. So if you want to get this back on the battlefield, you gotta bounce 3 more basic lands. That is a ridiculous cost. Like, that is a absolutely over the top, ridiculous, insane cost. I'll play Liliana. I think we just tick up. Get rid of our opponent's last card. We have the token for blocking. Pass the turn. Well, getting rid of the Ballista is good. Opponent untaps Temple Garden. A Vinomancer, Seismic Assault, Match Made in Heaven. It's got to be something like that. It's got to be, you got to build a deck where it's beneficial to bounce the lands. I think that is the only possible way. Uh-oh. Helion, okay. Well, this means our opponents draw away from going infinite again. Well, get rid of the Sanctifier. Oh, opponent's just going to top deck Spike Feeder, aren't they? Hit ya. 13. About it. Passes. Now tick up Liliana. Discard Inquisition. Oh, opponent had the Coco. Couldn't cast it. Hit ya. Down to 10. Alright. 4 more turns of whiffing in a row. Opponent untaps. No Spike Feeders, please. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. Storing up some mana for the future. A Vinomancer looks good with Trading Post. Now, take up, discard the Thoughtseize. Hit ya. Give it haste, tap it in response to bouncing 3 lands so you don't sack it. Okay, yeah, that could work. That actually seems somewhat realistic. Well, take down. Maybe this illusion is gonna go all the way. We're going to trick them. About it. Taking 3 more. They're down to 4. Yeah, I mean, our opponent's just kind of fizzled enough that... All right, no Spike Feeder, please. About it. Tapping. Oh! Okay. Death. Death by infinite. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew they were gonna top deck it before he could kill him. Oh, trade roots. Yeah, I was wondering, what does Trading Post do with a Vinomancer? But trade roots, so you can discard the lands for value. That actually makes sense. I could see that. Yeah, that's true. Unless you can really take advantage of bouncing lands back and forth. You are just getting a worse murder. We need 2 more turns. We needed 2 more turns before the infinite life game. Vinomancer, Alluring Concordant Crossroads. Turn all your opponent's creatures into sheep. Yeah, I like the haste plan. The haste plan is sweet. That is a reasonable possibility. Yeah, this end actually seems pretty good. We will keep. Got a lot of vampires, not a lot of poxes, but I mean this deck feels solid-ish. Oh, potent. Ooh, Fiery Islet. Uh-oh. We're not very good at blocking monkeys. Not until, oh boy. Not until we get down an Edgar. Opponent going off, cracking a bunch of spells, drawing a bunch of cards. Well, tap land. Go. Oh, be good. Be good. Yeah, Ragavan on the play when you can't answer it is really, really, really strong. Really, really strong. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Oh, the monkey snowball. Alluring's never actually been in Modern. It is legal in Legacy, but yeah, I mean, if it was, yeah, it's never been printed in a Modern set. So I'm sure it would be. I would expect there would be an Alluring combo deck. I feel like a lot of the legacy Alluring combo pieces would work in. I mean, it pretty much exists. Like, you couldn't play an Uro build, but all the creatures you're looping pretty much exist in Modern, so I think it would definitely be good. Opponent takes Art, Thought Seize. Oh, stupid monkey. Opponent. Would Esper Sentinel dilute the Pox plan too much? Nah, it could be good. It doesn't work with the vampire sub theme, but I mean, Esper Sentinel is just like a strong card. Opponent. Oh, we draw more lands. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Harpy is necessary anymore, especially now that you have a Sarac. A Sarac's just like a two card kill with a Lauren, so I assume that it would be pretty busted in Modern. You use Yarion in Legacy Alluring. How do you find it? Wait, Yarion? Yarion gets played in a lot of decks. People love their Yarions. I almost think people are a little too high on Yarion. I mean, it's obviously good, but it is weird to just see it show up in, like, see so many decks go 80 cards. Yeah, Sarac, it goes back and forth in Legacy. There's some builds that still focus on the older combo with Cavern Harpy to bounce stuff, and then some builds that just are focused on winning with the Ragavan Snowball. Some builds that are just focused on winning with a Sarac, basically. Like, that's the primary game plan. Opponent gets in with the stupid monkey, steals a smallpox, and passes. Liliana, pretty bad at the moment. Well, alright, Silver Smoke Ghoul. At least it's a blocker past the turn. Boy, we've just gotten off to such a slow start compared to our opponent. This is an Edgar Smallpox deck, but right now it is getting snowballed by Ragavan. This card. I think the part that drives me crazy about Ragavan is also the variance. Like, it's just like this one drop that it either does nothing or it just snowballs to a win all by itself. And now we're seeing the snowballs to a win all by itself aspect, which is just ridiculous, but yeah. It's just such a... Remember Robber the Rich in Standard? I feel like Ragavan is that, but on, like, not even steroids. Something way stronger than steroids. Hey, Zeth, can you check out my super fast Boros EDH Cole combo deck? Ooh, let me see, Holy. About it. Murktide Regent. Well, I think we've reached the scoop time. All right, good news is we're on the play for game number 2, and it's possible we cast a card before Ragavan wins the game. Yeah, Kroll's definitely an interesting commander, especially if you go on the unfair game plan. It can be very powerful. So Fatal Push is in. We will go down a couple discard spells, Cling to Dust, and I mean, I guess Damn does kill. Huh. We do need ways to kill a Murktide Regent. That is a thing. Maybe something like that. Let's try something like that. Yeah, that definitely looks sweet. Kroll is definitely a scary commander in a deck that's built around going off with it. Do you think Wizards will make certain uncards legal in Commander in Legacy that could work under today's rules, like Goblin Tutor or Uktabi Kong? Ooh. So I don't know those unset cards that well. Since they've never been legal anywhere, I haven't actually paid super close attention to their text. Goblin Tutor. Roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 1, it has no effect. Otherwise, search your library for the indicated card, reveal, and put it in your hand. A card named Goblin Tutor, an enchantment card, an artifact card, a creature card, and a sorcery card. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting. Like, this definitely could be a card that could be played in Black Border today. I mean, especially now that we're seeing this Acorn strategy where how do you get Ghoul back in the deck? Sorin is the main way. Sorin sacrificing something to like a Blood Gas primarily, or a Silver Smote, but that's the main synergy. Well, I mean, we're gonna keep it. If we have to, we can damn the monkey, although we'd rather Prismatic Ending it. So I think now that we're seeing these like hybrid unsets where half of the cards in the set are Black Border and half are not, I think that makes it a lot easier. It seems like to maybe print some of these unset cards that are safe for Black Border and print them into real formats. So I could see that being an actual possibility. Today was the last day of spoilers. I don't think, though. It was a very, very weird spoiler season for Alchemy because they only gave a handful of people spoilers, and they gave those people a large number of spoilers. So essentially there's been no spoilers today. A single red card has been spoiled. So even though today's the last day of spoilers, we have gotten like 0 spoilers today. So we're still going to have a bunch of cards that are coming out, even though it's getting close to like 5 Eastern time. So City of Ass, I don't think City of Ass is going to make it in Black Border. I would be surprised. Opponent. What other Silver Border cards could be safe for Black Border? Play the land, play a Liliana. Opponent has a counter spell. Untaps. Spirebluff Canal. Oh, Jesus, we're dead. Okay. Well, that's not good. Sorin. Tick it up. Oh, yeah, that's... Wow, counterspell into Blood Moon, and our deck is not really set up to beat that. We did not have a Thoughtseize, and we just do not have an answer for that Dragon Rage Channeler. Opponent. We don't have any basic planes in this deck. We don't have any. I think we're dead. I think we're literally dead. Ouch. Opponent. Jack in the Box. Yeah, a lot of the die rolling cards, I think, with them adding die rolling to Black Border, it's kind of funny. That's one of the things about this new unset. Like, I kind of wonder why it's even necessary, because opponent, petty thief. I kind of wonder why it's even necessary, just because so many Black Border mechanics are now legal in, or so many Silver Border mechanics are now legal in Black Border. Jeez. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I guess we should have just put the Edgar into play. I was thinking we wanted it to try to survive because we have so few ways of actually doing anything there. But I guess I wasn't expecting Brazen Borrower into Spell Pierce. Wow, that was quite the hand for our opponent. Has your beard gotten longer? I mean, if you don't shave it, it just keeps growing. I remember when Hearthstone came out and everyone said it was MTG, but with more die rolls and coin flips. I mean, I think that's mostly true. I mean, is that a punt? I don't know. I don't know if that's punt or just hindsight bias. I feel like when you... I mean, what are the odds that they have Brazen Borrower Spell Pierce? That's kind of a strange combination of cards. we're just in such bad shape that I feel like we have like 2 cards that we can get on the battlefield for the rest of the game. So I feel like we got to get as much value out of each of those cards as possible. So if we just play Sorin and immediately give it up to like a Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat, then we just basically have nothing going on. And then if we did do that, and we just take down Sorin and put Edgar into play, then our opponent could kill the Sorin and then bounce the Edgar, and then Edgar can't be recast because of the Blood Moon, etc., etc. So I don't know. That was maybe we should have put into play, but I actually think we're just kind of Blood Moon locked, and it doesn't really matter a whole lot what we do for the rest of our lives. Teferi persists. So opponent's playing Reanimator. Ephemerate, Solitude. Well, I guess we take the persist past the turn. Chief Hoarder, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Potent. Polluted Delta. Passes. Well, Thought sees you. Oh, 2 Teferis. Oh my god. Take a Teferi. Play a Triome. Ooh, second fairy off the top is not the most ideal. Not at all. Okay, that's bad news. Opponent. Flooded Strand passes. Well, I guess more Thoughtseize is fine. Thoughtseizes you. Better not have drawn another persist. Why must you keep drawing what we Thoughtseize, opponent? Why? Take the Teferi again. Play the Taplin, pass the turn. Opponent. Untaps. Opponent had Delirium. I'd have to go back and look. I don't think they had Delirium, but... A Teddy Bugbear, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Hello to you. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent. Thinking. Passing. Well, we will play a Sorin. Actually, they have Solitude Ephemerate, which is awkward. Yeah, let's play Silver Smoke. I think we gotta try to play around that. Like, if we play Sorin, so if we play Sorin and take down and put Edgar into play, they can just Solitude, Ephemerate, eat the Edgar forever, and then eat the Sorin with... that's a better draw. And then eat the Sorin with the Solitude, which is pretty bad. I'll get in and hit ya. Liliana. Well, at least we get to start attacking. Uh-oh. They do a counter spell? It appears the answer is yes. All right. Opponent. Land number 3. Does Against Odds get harder and harder as more Modern Horizon sets come out? So on one hand, it gives us more cool cards to play, which I guess in a sense makes it easier. On the other hand, it does feel like the format just keeps getting more and more Sorin. It does feel like the formats just keep getting it does feel like the formats just keep getting more and more powerful, which makes it a lot harder to compete with janky fun cards, I think. Well, Flagstones is a good draw. Smallpox. That's kind of what we've been waiting for, is wait actually Smallpox for real value. Opponent draws a counter spell. Well, you know what? We got another one. Actually, I guess, okay. Sorin. Put Edgar into play. Smallpox. So opponent can do their thing and answer the Edgar, but at least they lose the Solitude and the rest of their hand. Well, we'll see. We're grinding. We're grinding with them. Yeah, so I mean that is kind of there's benefits and drawbacks, I think, to stuff like Modern Horizons. I think standards like that too. Like stuff just keeps getting so much more pushed that it's harder to play janky fun cards even in standard. Like I think one of the biggest issues. All right, so opponent's going to hold on to the persist apparently. I think one of the biggest issues that Magic faces, period, is just the snowballiness of cards. I don't know why Wizards decided it was a good idea to just print all these snowball threats that either you kill them in like a single turn or they just win the game. And that seems to be like the hallmark of recent Magic design. And I don't really understand what Wizards is thinking. I don't know why they are just like constantly printing cards that are. All right, finds a Muldrifter. I don't know why our opponent. I don't know why they've just started constantly printing cards that it's like, hey, here's this random 2-drop, but if you don't kill it right away, it's gonna draw an extra card every turn and trample you to death. And it's just like, why? What are you thinking? Why does our random 2-drop need to? Why does our random 2-drop need to do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It makes the game so much worse that it does do that. Mark Twain for the 8th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, our opponent, Shane and the Muldrifters. So opponent's got many cards. We do not have many cards. And I think we're kind of in rough shape here. Opponent, Faithful Mending. Discards some cards, plays a land. Well, I mean, we're gonna smallpox to get rid of that Muldrifter. All right, I mean that's not bad. I wish we had a threat. I wish we had a. We're picking up this Sorin like crazy, but that Sorin's not doing much on its own. Opponent passes. Threat. Prismatic Ending. Take up. We're gonna have the highest loyalty Sorin in the history of Magic. Take up Sorin. Semgeta. So I want to get into Modern. I've only played Standard on Arena. What is the easiest deck to learn? Ooh. So do you have a favorite Standard deck? Is there a certain deck or like play style, like control or aggro or whatever, that appeals to you? Because Modern kind of has everything. So if you have a favorite Standard deck, we can probably find a Modern deck that will be similar. As far as just the ease, I would probably stick to something that's similar to Standard in the sense that you're beating down with creatures. Oh dear. Well, I guess we can Prismatic Ending it. Where you're beating down with creatures, no crazy intricate combos or something to start off with. Dimir Zombies. Ooh. So what would be the closest to Dimir Zombies in... Well, there's a Bloodghast finally. So 1, 2... So I think first... Black, white, red. First we gotta kill this Teferi. So what do you think, Jet? What is the closest Modern deck to Dimir Zombies? Kill the Teferi. Take up the sword, pass the turn. Yawgmoth would be interesting, except the combo actually is a little bit unintuitive if you've never done it before. Well, Bloodghast. Sack Bloodghast. Hit ya for 3. Pass the turn. What a weird game this has been. Maybe like Merfolk. Dimir Control. There's not really a top tier Dimir Control deck. I mean, you could play Modern Zombies. That is true. Actually, there might be a Modern Zombie deck coming up pretty soon on the YouTube that I've been messing around with. So Modern Zombies has gotten a lot better for sure recently. I'll hit you down to 11 past the turn. Yeah, I guess humans and Merfolk are pretty aggro. The Zombardment deck that we played, That does actually have zombies in it. Watery Grave. About it passes. More Bloodghast. Alright, well, I mean, play a Bloodghast. Sack a Bloodghast. Hitch, yeah, put it down to 8. I wish we had a Castle Lockway, and that would be super helpful. About it. Merfolk are sweet. Yeah, Modern is a really good format. It is going to take a little bit to learn, because there's just so much going on that you've probably not ever played with in Standard. A lot of cards in the format, a lot of different decks, but it is a really sweet format. Well, Tick. Soaring up to 12. The loyalist Sorin in the world. Pass the turn. About it. Oh, they're going to get Archon eventually, which is pretty scary. Uh-oh. Well, are they hardcasting him? Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's not good news. Yeah, that I think makes us lose. Ooh, about it. Passes. Hey, it's a creature. Unfortunately, it is super duper way too late. Yeah, I mean, we're dead. The Archon's coming back anyway. Panharmonicon with MH2 Evoke Elementals could be pretty cool. Oh, yeah. I mean, the idea of it's really cool. Well, I guess Voidwalker is the closest thing we have to Graveyard Hate. Interesting. All right, well, we'll try it. We will try it. I mean, Voidwalker is good. It just dies to creature removal, which is awkward. Prismatic Ending seems pretty bad. Thought Seizes. I guess Inquisition's fine. The Vindicates seem decent. Cling to Dust could be good. All right, let's go something like that. I mean, the scary part is they have reanimation stuff. So we managed to keep them off the reanimation, but they do have the ability to just like put an Archon into play for 2 mana or whatever. Yeah, Panharmonicon with Evoke Elementals sounds so sweet. I've just really struggled to get Panharmonicon to work in Modern recently. I just feel like every time I try, I feel like I'm just incidentally getting wrecked by All right, well, the good old Sorin with no threats draw. Well, I mean, I think we got to keep it. Hopefully we draw something to go with it. Sorin seems like maddeningly inconsistent in this deck. When it's good, it feels like the best card in the deck. And then when it's bad, it feels like a dead card. And we've seen both over the course of these couple of matches where it is either great and just like killing our opponent, or it is taking up for literally no value and just hilariously ineffective. So bad. I never get why Voidwalker had to be a 3/2. Would it be amazing even into 2/2? Yeah, I mean, Voidwalker's power is mostly its abilities, so even if it could be a 1/1, it would be pretty strong. Well, I guess dying to Gut Shot would be bad, but yeah, it would still be really strong just because its ability is very powerful. Well, play a land, pass the turn. Have you thought about doing Oath of Teferi in Historic? Yeah, Oath of Teferi is super sweet. Have we never played it in Historic? I mean, that would definitely be a sweet deck to play. Whoa. Wait, they blind... You gotta be kidding me. Wait, they consider Blind Mill to... Wow, interesting. All right, so our opponent randomly milled an Archon of Cruelty with their turn 1 consider. Huh. That doesn't seem especially likely. Okay, I guess Liliana. Tick it down to get rid of the Archon for now, pass the turn. Whew, yeah, that is... It's not something you see every day. How about it? Oh, come on, you got it. That was the greatest consider in the history of Magic. Seriously, good God. What happens if they don't get the luckiest consider of all time? They just have a bunch of persists and no action? Wow, well, well, I guess that's how it ends for... No. Really? And you got like a spell pierce or something? Ooh, well, that beatdown is a good way to... as good a way as any to go out. Oh my goodness, that was... maybe the luckiest thing I've seen happen to an opponent in quite a while. The turn one consider, very curious how their game would have went if they had not stumbled into that Archon off the consider. Did they have the ability to do something like this anyway? Or did they have to get incredibly lucky with the consider? It wasn't even like a faithful mending. It's a look at the top card of your deck and you can mill it one. Oh, so what do we learn about this deck? And I would say not much. I like the idea of this deck. It seems very, very fair. It seems very fair and grindy. The good news is you get good discard, you get good removal. Smallpox can be really powerful. We got to see the Sorin Silver Smelt Bloodghast plan be really, really strong in game one against Mill. It was like insane. And then we also got to see the games where we just like tick up Sorin a million times and it kind of does nothing. So I almost wish there were more threats, maybe some lingering souls, or I don't know. I kind of wish there was a little bit more action in the deck, a little bit more something. The Sorin was just really inconsistent in our games, but I don't know. At least Edgar was good discard fodder for Lillian. I'll give it that at least. But on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. Good news is we'll be back Thursday for our evening stream to have some more fun. And in the meantime, there's tons of stuff coming up on the YouTube channel. Against the odds, we're playing Modern tomorrow. The rest of the spoiler coverage of Alchemy. I almost said Arch Enemy. There's so many sets these days. The rest of the Alchemy spoiler coverage and a bunch more stuff. So check that out on the YouTube. If you missed any of the stream, check it out on the replay YouTube. And one more shout out to our sponsor today, Card Kingdom, where if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on Thursday for some more fun. So until then, have a great night, everyone. Have a great Wednesday, and I will see you on Thursday. And until then, I will talk to you soon.